Oh my goodness. Yeah, of course, that fake injury. Somebody says, quit the cap. You said Eagles. I haven't even said anything. The video just started. I'm capping. I didn't even say a word yet. These people are crazy people, man. So yeah, we did have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, but we was wrong. And one of the things that I feared was, I think the obvious was Andy Reid picking up that 269th career win, the 57th prime number. Something we spoke about in this video. I'm gonna play this video because a lot of those notes I deleted them because all the stuff that I was finding with the Eagles, I said this has to be the riddle. Obviously, we was wrong. All right, no capping. All right, only cap that I do is the one that I'm have on right now in my head. I don't lie on my videos. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but just because the Eagles didn't win, that doesn't mean that the NFL is not rigged and scripted. If you guys saw this video, this was my first Super Bowl 57 breakdown. In the beginning of the video, we liked the Eagles, right? That's the team that I went there with. And I want to give a shout out to all the callers, all the people who left comments. Not the people who said, I like the Chiefs and didn't give any reason. Like, your comment doesn't really matter. I want to give a shout out to the people who called in with reasonable reasons why the Chiefs could win the Super Bowl. Like, those are the people who I want to thank because you guys definitely are helpful. And even though I didn't take your advice, I still appreciate you because now I know whose opinion I should value in the future. So there was a couple of people that called in. I'm just gonna play a little bit because again I don't have any of these notes anymore. Towards the end of this video, I was like, yeah, man. But all the people that called in, I was like, damn, the Chiefs are definitely gonna win because I didn't know how. Like this was such an obvious riddle right here. This was the first thing I saw. But so many people kept calling me and showing me like why the Eagles was gonna win. Like this by no means was this an easy call, and I'm pretty sure it was literally like half and half from the community. Like if I show you guys all my text messages, people were just sending me stuff. No, it's not the Eagles. Like I would make a video saying that it's the Chiefs, and then I'll get like 20 messages saying that no, it's the Eagles. Then I'll say, you know what, it is the Eagles, and then I'll get 20 more messages of people saying that no, it's. See, look, I still like the Eagles, but this is interesting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, like, I don't mean to put anybody's phone number out there, but I'm just saying, like, this is one of the toughest riddles that I've seen. We did get the coin toss right. I think that's, like, the only thing we got right is the coin toss. I had Miles Sanders to score a touchdown. He didn't score. But we got the coin toss right because it was such an easy one, too, man. So tails, they picked up their 30th. The coin toss flipped on tails for the 30th time in Super Bowl history. Slavery equals 30. And the Chiefs became the 26th team to win the coin toss and win the game. And Philadelphia Eagles 101, the 26th prime number. So we said it before the game. We said whoever wins the coin toss is going to win the game. Once I saw the Chiefs win the coin toss, I was like, fuck, this shit is not good. But whatever. But look. This is Andy Reid's coaching stats, right? And notice he won 247 games during the regular season. He just picked up his 22nd postseason win against his former team. Eagles equals 22. But 247 plus 22 is equals 269. And 269 is the 57th prime number. So he picked up his 269th win in Super Bowl 57. So all this stuff I said right here, so I'm just going to play this video because this is the video that I put out. This was 12 days ago. This was last Sunday. Again, a lot of great callers. So I'm going to play some of this video because like I said, I don't have any of these notes anymore. Because I deleted it. I was like, man, I don't want to confuse people. I'm sticking with the Eagles. I want the Eagles to win because it's gonna show people how they're rigging the games even more. Because it was pretty obvious why the Eagles was there. They had the quarterback with the 212 name, playing on 212 on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. The guy plays at Lincoln Financial Field. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I'm surprised Patrick Mahomes didn't throw an interception. Okay, let me see. I think it's towards here. As we said it. Yeah, you see, I even highlighted it. The 22. Let me see. 1 and 2. The few games that we got wrong, but come on, how can you not pick up his 22nd career postseason win against the Eagles, man? Against his former team, man. And then his 269th career win in Super Bowl 57. All right, I'm changing my shit, man. I've been fucking all over the place, man. I apologize. Yeah, I gotta go back to Patreon, man, because... All right, so it's Kansas City Chiefs. That's what we're going with. So, Simple Truth Mafia. Put some money on the Chiefs, man. The underdog. Just for the record, I did change my pick, but this was my original thought. You know, that 269. I don't want people thinking that I changed my pick. I did. I changed my pick like 3 times. This was the hardest Super Bowl that I've ever had to decode because there was numbers on both sides. Like, look at this. If you guys want to watch this video, you can just go to my channel. I don't want to. I mean, the channel, that video is still available, so you can just see it. But this is why they make it so. They make this shit really tough, man. Like, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just mad at the trolls who say I like the Chiefs and they don't give any reasons. Like, you guys are like. You guys are pathetic, really. You guys don't know how to do the work, but yeah, you want to criticize the people who do know how to do the work. But let me show you guys something. Look, Kansas City Chiefs. Look at this. This is how they make it so tight. You see how the Kansas City Chiefs, they could have picked up their 22nd postseason loss, right? Eagles equals 22, but Andy Reid could have picked up his 22nd career postseason win. And Eagles equals 22. So this is a situation now. Look, you got a 22 that can play. Now you're the decoder. You have to figure out what they're gonna go with. And to be honest, I just thought like, there's no way they're gonna make this team a dynasty because Andy Reid is not known for that. Andy Reid is known to be a person that goes to the championship game and doesn't really win. But, you know, he might just retire after this, to be honest, because he won his second Super Bowl. That's what he was waiting for. I don't think I deleted all those notes, man. I should have never did that. But let me just talk about Len Dawson. This was a huge clue. So Len Dawson, former Kansas City great. He died at the age of 87 on Kobe Bryant Day. And look at this, man. This was the nail in the coffin right here. So he died on August 24th, which is known as Kobe Bryant Day. And from his death to the Super Bowl, he died 172 days before the Super Bowl. And Kansas City Chiefs is 172, like at Miriam the Gloriam, which is the Jesuit motto. The guy died 172 days before the Super Bowl. And this is another thing that had me nervous because I was like, usually deaths don't equal success. But in recent years, we've seen that that's actually the opposite. You know, a lot of these great players die and then the championship team wins. Like Bill Russell. Well, no. Actually, Bill Russell is the example of somebody dying and the team actually losing. Because remember, the Celtics was in the championship. They lost, and then Bill Russell ended up dying. The person that I wanted to mention was What was this guy's name? Dusty Baker's teammate. Play for the Braves. Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron passed away from COVID, and then guess who won the World Series? The Atlanta Braves. And they won it over the the Houston Astros, which is the team that Dusty Baker coaches, and Dusty Baker used to be Hank Aaron's teammate. See how they do it? So when this guy died, man, I should have knew, man. He died on Kobe Bryant Day. And another big clue was, all right, look. We had the Chiefs and Eagles to play each other back in October, all right? I know a lot of people are going to talk shit because we didn't nail this game correct. But how many people nailed the Super Bowl matchup back in October? I have a lot of haters. You guys probably noticed that in the comment section right now. People are probably saying a whole bunch of bullshit, and that's how it is. They can't wait for me to be wrong. They probably never watched any of my other videos, but whenever I put out a bad pick, they can't wait but to run to my chat to talk shit. Jalen Alexander Hurts, his name equals 212, right? And what's today's date? Today is February 12th, 212. So this is why we knew that the Eagles was going to be in the Super Bowl. Now, once I saw this, then I was trying to figure out, okay, who are the Eagles going to play? So I had two options. I put out two scenarios. I said the Eagles are either going to play the Kansas City Chiefs because Andy Reid can play his whole team, or he can play the Jaguars because the Jaguars head coach is Doug Peterson, who also used to coach the Eagles. So those were my only two scenarios. Eagles Chiefs, Eagles Jaguars. And it ended up being Eagles Chiefs like we predicted back in October, which I think is way more impressive than predicting the outcome of the Super Bowl. Even though this is why I wanted to nail the Super Bowl correctly, even though I had them and then I changed it, whatever. The reason I like to nail the Super Bowl correctly is because the Super Bowl is loaded with rituals. A lot of people die, and it's a lot of stuff that comes into play with the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, even though you make the same amount of money as you do in any other regular season game, the thing about the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl shows, it further proves how rigged and how satanic this stuff is. Like, I was watching this game, this shit was so disturbing. The way they had, A.J. Brown scored the touchdown in the first. This game was known as the Slavery Bowl, right? They had the two black quarterbacks playing on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. First time ever that two black quarterbacks play each other, and it just happens to be on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, the president that freed the slaves, right? But if you saw the game, it was just so disturbing. Like, they had A.J. Brown, right? The last name Brown scored a touchdown, and they had the 1 seed versus the 1 seed, right? The word black equals 11, right? And what number does A.J. Brown wears? He wears number 11 for the Eagles. Like, black equals 11. Like, if I show you guys all the stuff that I found for the... I found so much stuff. I'll show you guys. Like, this is why my decision was so difficult to make. Look at this stuff. And then, of course, the NFL had the referee that always calls a lot of calls on the Chiefs to referee the game. But look at all the stuff. Look at all the stuff. Look. And this is why this stuff is so difficult, man. This stuff is really hard. But look, I still have some of my old notes here. Look. Travis Kelce, the game was played on his 131st day of his age, and championship equals 131. That's a huge number. And if you saw the other video that I did, that was one of the things I was like, man, Travis Kelce on his 131st day of his age, he's going to lose the Super Bowl? I don't think so. But then, people were sending me stuff like this, how the Eagles were 111 and 88 against the AFC, and Super Bowl and Chiefs is 112. I mean, this was a lot. They showed me a lot of stuff. Patrick Mahomes became 11 and 3, which makes sense because that's the 30th prime number, and slavery equals 30. All that stuff I had here, and I deleted it. And Eagles has Jamacho of 113 as well. He became 11 and 3 against the team with the 113 connection. Even though the Eagles lost, all this information is still relevant because just think about the tribute that they did to slavery. Like, look at this. Look at this one. So the Emancipation film came out December 9th, 2022, featuring Will Smith, the guy from Philadelphia. And the movie came out 65 days before the Super Bowl. And Philadelphia equals 65, Emancipation equals 57. Like how the Super Bowl was Super Bowl 57 on the 57 day numerology. So they put out these films by the numbers, right? The Kansas City Chiefs, they also became 17-3 for the season. Black Lives Matter, 173. But yeah, stuff like this, I'm really shocked that stuff like this didn't play because 101 is such a big number with Philadelphia. It's games like this that makes me think that these people have two narratives, and then they go with they look at the money, and then they go with the team that has the less money on. It's situations like this that makes me think that, but then I look at it closer and I'm like, nah, there's no way they're changing it. They're not changing anything. The Chiefs were destined to win, and I just gotta live with that. But I just feel like, man, why would they be scripting this stuff so double-sided like that? Because supposedly nobody knows about this stuff, right? And supposedly they scripted this stuff way in advance, right? So why would they have it so tight like this? The only reason, my guess is the only reason they would have a game where it's double coded is if they expect that somebody's decoding it. That's my only like logic. That's like the only logical explanation I could come up with. Why would you double code a game if nobody knows about this knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes me very suspicious about these narratives. I think that I think money does play a part. You know. I don't know the answer, man. That shit is very confusing, man. It's very confusing. But look what they did. Like the last time these two teams played each other, look at the score, 42-30. And they played each other on October 3rd of the year 21. And then they played again to close out the 103rd NFL season. And notice in Gematria, slavery equals 30 and 42. The next time these two quarterbacks met was in the Slavery Bowl. This is what I thought was going to be the final score. I said, if they win with the 42-30, they might go with the 14-31. And at one point, it did look like it. And I think halftime, the score was like 14 to 25 or something like that, or 24. Yeah, it was 14-24 at halftime. So I said, look at that. The Eagles scored another touchdown. It'll be 14-31, but they didn't go with that. ESPN put out this to throw us off about history repeating itself. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these people definitely, they know that there's a group of people out here decoding this stuff, because why would they be coding this stuff so tightly like this? Then they had Mr. Rasheed Wallace promote the Chiefs, the guy with the same birthday as Patrick Mahomes. And you know what else? When the game started, you guys remember how all the analysts, they all picked the Eagles? That was another red flag. Yeah, but we can't get them all right. But this was one of those games that I really wanted to get right, because a lot of people care about the Super Bowl for some reason. Even though, the line be like -110 and shit. I'm like, so Jalen Hurts, I mean, just look at these numbers. How does somebody with these type of numbers loses a game? Guy had over 300 yards. I don't know how many rushing yards he had. Let's see. 70 rushing yards. Scored 3 touchdowns. Still loses. Who was the Super Bowl MVP? Okay, Patrick Mahomes. So he won the season MVP, he won the Super Bowl, and he won the Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, they definitely want to make this guy the face of the league. Yeah, and that's another thing. Usually, players who win the Super Bowl MVP, the regular season MVP, don't win the Super Bowl MVP. I think the last person to do it was Kurt Warner. And you know what else? Kurt Warner gave him the MVP trophy. That was another red flag. So many red flags, man. Man, but man, that 269, man. I actually said it in the video. I was like, I would hate for this to burn me, and they burned me. Oh fuck. Oh man, I'm definitely mad at myself, man. And then the Emancipation film was 2 hours and 12 minutes. It's 269 to 57. And then he could pick up his 118th. No, that's not right. Because he has 117 in regular season plus 11. He'll pick up his 12 on the 12. Look at that. He could pick up his 12th postseason win with the team. On. And that'll bring him to 129, which is 2-1 in base hit counting. You have 129 wins with the franchise. And he'll stay on 52 losses. Yeah, Eagles is 22. That is it. Like, so I'm going back to my original, and the Eagles, and there goes your 30 for the Chiefs, right? They'll be 3-0 in the postseason. Slavery is 30. So my bad for saying I like the Eagles. My bad, you guys. It's just all day. If I show you all the text messages of people sending me stuff, you guys don't understand why I came on here preaching this Eagle bullshit. I'm going back to my original thought, man. Philadelphia can kiss my ass. They're not winning shit. Now, what's going on with the Knicks? Are the Knicks gonna get upset today? Down by 3. The champion. Yeah, the streak just played a lot. That's what I'm going with. So last call.
I analyzed Bengals sitting on his saying if you take your kid and you give out some bars.
Minus one.
For sure. I'm like I said, I'm just learning.
Okay, so I found my notes. So this is the part where I present my notes. Look, yeah, the Super Bowl as well. I don't think there's ever been a quarterback to win the MVP and the Super Bowl. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I don't remember one. So they're gonna do this year: give Jalen Hurts the Super Bowl and give Patrick Mahomes the MVP. This is the guy born the 42 day numerology. Funny, the guy weighs 223 pounds and he's 6'1". Philadelphia 223 and 61. Hey, man, this stuff is so scripted, man. 223 pounds is also 101 kilograms. Man. So let me just see if I covered everything. Yeah, but this right here, it's fucking scaring me. It's scaring the shit out of me, man. I mean, 131 in championships, man. That is. I'm gonna be kicking myself if the Chiefs win, man. But no, the game is just what 2 weeks away, so we still got more time. Hopefully, we find more things and we can make a better choice. But right now, I think it is going to be the Eagles. And until further notice, that's all I have winning the Super Bowl.
Congratulations, Kansas City, you're champions. The celebration continues at Dick's Sporting.
Lincoln's birthday, and of course the Eagles play at the Lincoln Financial Field, and all the stuff that we already discussed, right? Donna Kels became the first mother to have 2 sons. Chiefs. So this was one of the things that really I was like, oh wait, no way the Chiefs lose. So if you guys know, it's Travis Kelce. I think I said Kels, or whatever his name is, right? Kels. He was born on October 5th, and the Super Bowl is on his 131st day of his age, and we know that to be the championship number. That's also the 32nd prime number, and the Chiefs could improve to 3-2 in Super Bowls. Right now they're 2-2. They can also fall to 2-3 in the year 23, and we've seen the number 23 show up a lot in sports this year. So it's not guaranteed that the Chiefs are going to become 3-2, and it's not guaranteed that they'll become 2-3. But we have to look at everything and then make a decision at the end. NFL has Gematria of 32. Kansas City also has Gematria of 32, and so does Chiefs. 32 is a big number with the Chiefs, but I don't really see that number doesn't really play a lot with them. I've been burnt a lot, with the number 32. I always try to, when I'm decoding the game, I always look for where the 32 fits, and it always burns me. Like the 32, it plays sometimes, but it's not a consistent number. A consistent number with the Chiefs is the number 64.
64, right? And then the fucking Chiefs just became 6-4 versus the Eagles, while Andy Reid is 64 years old.
Kansas City Chiefs equal 64 in the most pure cipher. So that's a number that I like to look out for. And that number could play in this series, in this game, because the Eagles are 4-5 against the Chiefs all time, including the playoffs. 4-5. And if they lose, they fall to 4-6, which means the Chiefs become 6-4 versus the Eagles. 6-4, like 64, while Andy Reid is 6 years old. But they can also fall. Well, the Chiefs can fall to 5-5, and the Eagles can improve to 5-5 against the Chiefs all time. And Nova State Farm Stadium, where the game is going to be played at, equals 55 in the most pure. But you see the 64, Kansas City Chiefs does equal 64. This is what I mean with the 32. You see, Kansas City has Gematria 32, just like Chiefs. And the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, they become 3-2 in the Super Bowls all time. On Travis Kelce's 131st day of his age. But like I said, 32 is not an effective number with the Chiefs, man. That number has burnt me a lot. These are the numbers that they like to pay tribute to. The Chiefs, the 50 in the Chiefs, the 64 and the 172, and the 98. Those are the numbers that I see play often with this team. And okay, so that's what I saw with Travis Kelce. I was like, man, the Super Bowl's on his 131st day of his age. That's the championship number. This is Lock City. But then I said, you know what? I think they're trying to trick us with this one, because of this. And that's what I was talking about. And right now, Andy Reid, he has 268 career wins. That's including his playoffs. One more gets him to 269. That's the 57th prime number. And he could do that in Super Bowl 57. But this is what has me scared right here. So Patrick Mahomes, right now he has a record of 10-3 in the postseason. 10-3. Now we know Eagles equals 113, right? See it here? Eagles equals 113. That's also the 30th prime. Eagles also have that 32 as well. Eagles equals 113, and that's the 30th prime. And slavery and the N-word are both 30. Even though this is the Slavery Bowl. It's on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. So he becomes 11-3. 11-3 is like 113, the 30th prime number. But he can also fall to 10-4. And if you guys don't know what it says here, abolition of slavery has Gematria of 104. And so does Roman Catholic Church. Let me just double check. Because we've seen a lot of Roman Catholic Church rituals, especially with the 5 cops. It is 104.
Remember these numbers were very relevant in the George Floyd killing, also the Terry Nichols killing, 94. They said it was something about he got hit 9 times in 4 minutes or something like that. They quoted the number 94 in the headline. Actually, it's in my blog. Let me look it up. Actually, I put it on my Instagram. Let me see.
Visit AdBlitz on YouTube to catch the biggest ads of the year. Big game, big.
Yeah, I just want to watch this video because I want to hit. Because again, like I said, I deleted all my notes, so I don't remember exactly all the stuff that I documented for the Chiefs. Because once I saw all the stuff for the Eagles, I just deleted everything. I said, you know what, I'm not gonna have both sides because that's gonna confuse the readers. I should have kept both sides up there, but I don't like to do that. I like to choose a side. I don't like to, put out 2 narratives and then when the game is over, claim that I won. I'm okay with losing. I'm not gonna get everything right. But I did predict this matchup back in October. I even got it up. Len Dawson died 172 days before the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs 172, and a lot of more other stuff. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I was all over the place with this one. I did make a pick. I did say the Eagles, but this was tough. This was a tough fucking ritual, man. All right, so let's see. Let's see what else. The final score was what, 38-35? How many points is that? This shit is so much bullshit, man. It's fucked up what they did to Jason Kelce. 73 points. The 21st prime on the 21-day numerology. As Patrick Mahomes becomes 2-1 in Super Bowl, he threw 21 passes. He threw 21 passes on the 21-day numerology. Became 2-1 in the Super Bowl. So now they're 20-21. Yeah, they definitely know how to script this stuff, man. Definitely know how to script this stuff. This shit is it's really impressive if you know what you're doing. If you want the people who know how to decode and know how to do this stuff, you guys get it. You guys know how tough this shit is. It's the people that don't know how to do this shit that always have a comment, always have something to say. You know what I'm saying? That's like me criticizing a pilot because he didn't fly the plane like how he's supposed to. Like, I don't know how to fly planes. How can I criticize a pilot? You know what I'm saying? Man, on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, they don't let Philadelphia win, man. This is very shocking to me because I'm looking at the American history side of all of it. And usually America always wins. All right, they had the American team, which is the Eagles. Which the Eagle represents America, right? Versus the Kansas City Chiefs, which represents the natives, right? Just looking at it from that standpoint, I don't understand how they let the Chiefs win, but that's why sometimes you just gotta look at the numbers and go with the original thought and don't let people, influence you the wrong way. So it looks like they're shaming Philadelphia this year, right? So they had the Phillies lose. Now they got the Eagles losing. Well, the Eagles just lost. And now if the 76ers go to the NBA Finals, and they might lose some to the Mavericks. Yeah, but back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. It was so disgusting what I was saying. I was seeing like all these number rituals in the game. It was. I'm surprised. And you guys saw the first kick. The Chiefs missed the field goal from the 42-yard line, and the first black. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. 42-yarder. Patrick Mahomes becomes 11-3 versus the Eagles. At the age of 64. All right, I'm going to take a look at the chat. If you guys want to call in, the number is... Let me put the number on the screen. Hold on. The number is 646-986-0958. I welcome all callers, trolls. If you guys want to curse me out, you guys want to thank me, whatever you want to do, you can call in. I'll let you talk. I've been doing this for 5 years. I know what this it comes with a lot of negativity and a lot of love. It's a two-sided sword. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, my brother? Thank you for the call.
Yeah, no problem. Yo, I love what you do with the gematria and everything, the numbers, the records, everything's flawless what you do. But the thing that you was missing when you was watching it, this seemed like it was all tribute to Kurt Warner. Because, it's the 103rd NFL season. Kurt Warner wore 13. He played for the St. Louis Rams in Missouri. And he, like you said, he gave him the award. And it turned out predictable. And if you just look at Mahomes and look at Jalen Hurts, which person you think the league is going to go with? Like, we know what's going on. I get it with the numbers and gematria and everything. But just looking at them, they were not going to give it to Hurts. They was not.
Actually, you know why I thought? Because I was looking at it like from the Andy Reid standpoint. Because we know Patrick Mahomes is great. We know they want him to be the face of the league. But I was looking at it from the Andy Reid standpoint, where he always makes it to the championship game and loses. That's been like it's been his legacy.
That's facts. But this is a quarterback-driven league. Like you see, the MVP's a quarterback every year, and we're looking at Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. They're not going to have this black man be the face of this league.
And that's a good point. They're not going to in the first nigga bowl. They're not going to have the all black quarterback win.
Exactly. And you look at the history; it's damn near undefeated. Only one fully melanated quarterback has won, and that was '88.
Yeah, you're right.
So that right there was just, I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, they made Eagles dominate through these playoffs for a reason because they had to make Mahomes have that Jordan effect.
That's exactly what they did, especially with the fake injury and all that.
Yeah, and then like you said, with the him winning the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP happened 23 years ago in the year 2023.
Yes. Yeah, those were all the things that we spoke about 2 weeks ago, but I just felt like I don't know, man. It's just the Abraham Lincoln stuff was like, it was very misleading.
And that could have been bait too, because yes, the Philadelphia Eagles play in Lincoln Financial Field, but that's just for them to get there. That has nothing. After that has nothing to do with it, because the first game of the Chiefs season was in State Farm Stadium where they played today. Now it's their last game.
I just felt like it was too obvious for the guy that does State Farm commercials to win at the State Farm Stadium. I feel like that was just too like.
But if you really break it down, every Super Bowl has been obvious. Like some shit they put right.
But then, but that's when you got to choose which one is more obvious. Which of the obvious you gonna go with? The obvious to me, the less obvious one was, because I'm pretty sure most people didn't know that today was Lincoln's birthday. So I said, which if I had to choose which obvious, I went with the Lincoln one, because I thought that was too obvious. The State Farm Stadium and the guy from the State Farm commercials wins.
Yeah, I mean they do that all the time. Chris Paul, State Farm, Bucks, a deer in the commercial. He's in the finals with a deer.
Yeah, but Chris Paul lost.
Right, he lost, but still, that's even if you just had a future for that end, you hit big.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So yeah, I mean it's good shit you do. Never doubt none of that. But it's just, I'm like, they made the Eagles look too dominant, and we know history. The Eagles been the number one team all year. Not too often the number one team wins the Super Bowl.
Except only if it's the Patriots, but I get your point. Or the Warriors. Like, those are the only two franchises that I know dominate during the regular season and get to win the championship. But you're right. I get what your point is.
Yeah, but I'm just tuning in. That's all I wanted to say. Good shit though.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the knowledge.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, he made some good points. They let the guy who's half black win. Yeah, that's why, you know, if you guys saw the video that I was playing, in that video I also said that I was just gonna place a bet on the prop bets. I was like, I'm not even gonna touch this game. Okay, whatever, man. Hello?
Hey, yo.
Yes, what's going on?
Hey, you can hear me?
Yes, thank you for the call.
Oh.
Yeah, just lower the video in the background
Oh.
and talk through the phone.
Did you see what I had messaged you on Patreon? Though?
No, I haven't looked at my messages yet. What's going on? Tell me now.
So look, real quick, during the Super Bowl commercials and shit, they had the three girls running with jerseys on. The girl in the middle, she was wearing number 33, and then the girl to the right of her, she was wearing number 24, right?
33 and
Oh, it's
24.
delayed. I'm watching you live too, so this is like delayed.
No, just talk through the phone.
You say I got off it live?
No, just talk through the phone.
I'm gonna mute your live. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So the girl in the commercial, it was three girls running in the commercial, right, with jerseys on. I don't know if you noticed that, right?
Okay.
The one in the middle, she was wearing number 33, the jersey number 33. And then the girl to the right of her, she was wearing number 24. Then you had, who was it, Sky? Who was it? Sky Moore, wearing number 24. He basically caused, you know what I'm saying, the game to go towards the Chiefs' way for them to, you know what I'm saying, to ice the game. And then it's the first, what Mahomes got? The first MVP? Yeah, first MVP and Super Bowl MVP.
Since 1999.
And that's been, since 1999, that's been 24 years as well.
That's a nice observation. And you noticed that in the commercial?
Yeah, I had messaged you. You say you noticed that too. You said jersey number 33. So you noticed the number 33 with me, but
No, you wrote that. You wrote that on Instagram. You mean?
Nah. Well, yeah. It might have been Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Cause I was like Patreon. I didn't check my Patreon stuff yet. Yeah, but
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we had noticed. Just watching the games and shit. Just all the 24s popping out.
Yep. I appreciate
That's why I
that.
told him. Yeah, Sky Moore got the holding penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, Sky Moore's the running back. Who's number 24? Yeah, Bradbury got number 24. He was running 24, so he had calls. Yeah, he had calls that big play too for that pass interference.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Damn. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And that was some bullshit because he wasn't even holding him.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious, man. Like you don't even need the numbers to see how rigged this stuff is. Like this shit is just a joke, yo.
Then I did message you on Patreon though about you seen a little Uzi jacket.
No, I didn't see that.
What was it, like the front of it, the back of it? It was like you gotta. I'm gonna deem you the picture. Then you gotta look at Damar's jacket too.
I know. He had the Jesus cross in the back. I saw that.
Yeah, what's the name? Uzi had the same shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Send me that. I'll look at it. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah. Let me see.
All right, brother.
All right, my man.
All right. Yeah, the phone line is open. Let me see. Wow. Yeah, the stuff they put on is all symbolism as well. But you guys saw how there was 172 concurrent viewers, the Kansas City Chiefs number. That's them mocking us, YouTube. Hello? Hello?
No, I must got the wrong number.
This is Simple Truth TV.
This must be the wrong number. My bad.
Hello?
Yo,
What's going on?
how you doing, Arthur?
I'm good, man. Thank you for the call.
Hey, I stepped down on that 269. Your first pick was good.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that, man. It just
I mean, the obvious will get you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But right when you dropped that first middle with that 269, I'm like, that has to be it.
I was
that
saying that I was like, yo,
57.
watch this shit burn me, yo. Watch this shit burn me because that was so obvious, man.
And when I saw that Mahomes got hurt, I stepped down on it again. I threw down 500 on halftime. Halftime.
Oh my god, when they was down by 10?
Yep, that was down by 10, and he got hurt. That shit jumped. The odds jumped all crazy, and I'm like, yeah, this is for people to bet. Then he came out in the second half running around like nothing had happened.
You saw that? He ran for like a 25-yard run. Oh shit.
Yeah.
On a bad ankle.
And he's the next golden boy, man. Tom Brady's out. He's next. He's the one up in line. He's next.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He got 2 championships already.
Yeah.
You guys are very young, so.
Yeah, and you could see Jalen Hurts in the second half, his demeanor, the way he was looking at things. They told him what's up. They gave him the script at halftime. Like, hey, you gotta.
You think these people get like different, like a script in the beginning of the game and then they change it at the half?
Yeah, they just want to see where the money's coming in, or where the money's coming in at halftime.
You know, something makes me want to think that that's there's some truth to that. Because my thing is, why would they be scripting this stuff so tightly like this? Because if nobody's decoding this stuff, nobody knows about this stuff, then why would they be doing it this way?
I'll put it like this: at the beginning of the game, look at Mahomes' face and look at Hurts' face. And when they come out for the second half, look at both of their faces. And you already knew what time it was.
Yeah. You're right.
Yep.
Their faces definitely say a lot.
Yeah, Mahomes was pissed when he came out. So I told my brother, I'm like, they might grab his ass because he was too mad. He wasn't even smiling or talking to anybody. He was just sitting down mad. And then the second half rolls around, and he was happy as fuck. And Jalen Hurts wasn't even having it. It's like he lost how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Matt Ryan. I don't know if you remember him. He forgot what he was doing at the middle of the second half.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. He did that twice.
Yeah, that's with the Vikings was even worse.
The Vikings was actually. You remember the Patriots?
Yeah, that one was horrible.
He lost the championship up by 25 points.
Yeah, that one got me. I thought it was his time to go, and nope. Tom Brady.
I remember he was he was dominant that year too. I remember that.
That's when I started looking into all this shit. I'm like, there has to be something that there's something wrong with this shit. That's when I started seeing more and more. I'm like, this shit's fixed up the ass. That's what opened my eyes to start looking around. And that's when I found Zach. Then I found you. It's mockery all over.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because how are you gonna leave? Even that game, if you rewatch it, he couldn't even get him to get a field goal. A field goal.
You saw how they missed the 42-yard field goal?
Oh yeah, that was horrible. And you could tell. Me personally, I think they have magnets in those.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Because how the hell do you get a ball to hit the pole? Like,
I play soccer. And it's hard to hit a fucking pole.
Hell yeah.
When these guys dink them all the time, like, bro, that won't happen even if he retries it with the soccer ball.
You could be 10 feet away. You'll probably miss once.
Yeah. That when I saw that happen, I'm like 42 yards away. I'm like, this is horrible. I thought it was gonna go 42-42 and go into overtime.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I knew one of the teams was gonna win by 38 because it was Jalen Hurts' 38th game and Rihanna was 38. So I said whoever wins is gonna win with 38 points, but he was on the wrong side. Wrong side.
Rihanna came out wearing all red.
Yeah, that was another huge clue too. Yep.
Yeah, and when she came out wearing all red, I'm like, yeah, I'm stepping down on this, and I bet it again.
Yep, Rihanna. And she said her favorite quarterback is Patrick Mahomes.
That's just mockery, man. Hey, I'll let somebody else get on. But hey, you keep doing your thing. What you could get, you could get 10 right, but when you get one wrong, people are gonna jump on you.
Like I predicted this shit back in October, but nobody's gonna talk about that. I can't wait for the haters to call in. They can't. I bet you they can't wait to get a hold of me. But I'll let them talk. They shit.
Yep. With the Eagles, with the Eagles coming out the NFC, I made a bunch of money too with a lot of Cowboy fans. They were mad about that shit.
I mean, just think about the odds in October when we predicted this shit. It was like plus 1,000, plus 2,000.
Yeah. Hey, I think the 76ers will do the same shit. Show up and just choke. I think it's going to be the 76ers or Boston, but I don't know. The numbers need to line up a little bit better.
All right.
Hey, I'll let somebody else get on. You be safe out there.
Thanks a lot, my brother.
Have a good.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on, my brother? Thank you for the call.
Hey. Yeah, man, I appreciate your answer, man. I just really wanted to tap in with regards to the haters and the people that's naive to what's really happening, right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah. My name Jagerbomb too, bro. That's me that be tapping in the comments, man. Shout out to the chat and the live. I've been playing this game organized since 1998. I was blessed with the opportunity to. I was a blue chip recruit. I was committed to Louisville. I ended up going to University of New Mexico with Mike Loxley, the head coach at Maryland right now. I went to the 2017 NFL Combine. Got a chance to work out for a slew of different coaches. I say that shit to say this. I got plenty of teammates that's in the league and all that. It's beyond words how this shit scripted, Slim. The untrained eye, the person who's watching this, the armchair quarterback, the fanatic won't be able to see how detailed the script is. You won't know when the flag gets thrown to slow the momentum. You won't know why the fuck he dropped the ball or why did he fucking call a draw and drop back in shotgun when you literally, just like the Super Bowl with Seattle and Beast Mode back in the day. My mother from Oakland, and I know Marshawn. It's no damn way that you're not going to hand the ball off. And I'm like, this shit is hella scripted, man. I just was really giving kudos to what you're doing and how you break it down. The validity is right in your face. You got to not, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Slim, think outside the box, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's what gets me frustrated with some of these people because we give them, like I have an Instagram, I think I post like 4 or 5 posts a day, and people still don't even see this shit. Like they'll still call it a coincidence. Man, like these people are actually coming out and saying it themselves that it's scripted.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you've seen it, man. A few years back, Jalen Ramsey. Like, man, my dog, Mom, I was saying, oh, man, I should have went to the league, bro, like first round type shit. But I literally realized that when I got to the combine, Matt Cavanaugh, he was the one administering the quarterback drills. My quarterback coach from New Mexico, he's the fucking receivers coach with the Ravens right now, T. Martin. You know what I'm saying? I say my name in this football shit. I done won MVPs at every combine, Elite 11, fucking Rutgers University, Nike, all of that. And these same niggas that I played with is the same quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? E.J. Manuel, Tom Savage, Tosh Boyd, all of them. I won MVP over all of them. My name is Emmanuel Jagerbomb. Y'all see me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I went to New Mexico. My mother died, and I had my son, and I had to refocus. But, no excuses. I'm appreciative. But, Slim, this shit is hella rigged. I do music, commercial real estate, and network marketing now to step outside of fucking getting paid from the neck down and getting paid from the head up. You know what I mean? Because this shit is a joke, and the world is a stage.
And on top of that, the people that they murder, that's the sick part, all the rituals that goes on behind the games.
Shit, it's wild, man. But I ain't going to tell your line too much, man. When I be tapping in, man, I fuck with you the long way, Slim. I'm in Southeast D.C. I float everywhere, though. I just was in Atlanta with the music tip, but you definitely on point. I was watching the joint you did with Shorty, man, Takeoff, and just everything, Slim. You got to realize, step outside and unplug to know what's really going on.
Well, I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Blessings.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, hello. You called?
No, I was about to, but
okay.
Did you see right after Patrick Mahomes looked like he tweaked his injury again? Kind of looked like he was in pain.
Yeah,
sitting
that
on
shit
the
was all
bench.
bullshit. And then after, like a couple of plays later, he ran for like 25 yards.
Yeah. Well, at halftime, it shows him walking normal.
Yeah,
Through the
because
hallways.
the injuries are all fake.
Yeah.
They're not really getting hurt. Just like Damar
hey,
Hamlin, who's supposed to be
yeah.
collapsed and almost died on the field, and then came back to life, and now he's walking around like nothing happened. This was like a month ago. This stuff is all
have
fake.
you seen any videos of him since?
He was supposed to be at the
releasing
Super Bowl. He was at the Super Bowl today.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see him?
Yeah, well, I saw the guy. I saw a guy with glasses. He looked like him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was him. You know.
Well, you know what the best way that they can, a lot of people are thinking like we're thinking, and you know what I think is the best way that they can do that is if they were if he was at the Super Bowl and he was in the announcer's booth telling thank you to all the people that but that's the only way that I could believe that he's still around.
Well, no, the guy. I mean, he had glasses on, but he was walking. He was taking pictures and walking around at the Super Bowl today. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was him.
But anyway, my lady was trying to call you, but maybe that's who was calling you.
Now, yes, there's somebody calling me. Let me call him back because I think he wants to. This guy called me like 30 times already.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right, I'll call you right back. All right, let's see. All right, so the line is open right now. Somebody left here. Yeah, so if you want to call in, now is the good time to do it because there's like 4 missed calls. I don't know who to call. I don't know if you guys want to talk. Yeah, but yeah. So they went with the obvious. The guy who does the State Farm commercials win the Super Bowl at the State Farm Stadium. Andy Reid picks up his 269th career win, the 57th prime number at Super Bowl 57. Oh my gosh. Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up, Buster?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hey, how you doing, my brother? Thank you for the call.
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Yeah, I'm just tapping in. I've been watching, this community for a while. Me personally, I do believe, sports and the news, the world it's all weird. It's strange. It's rigged, set up and all that, right? I believe that. My thing is because y'all go crazy and y'all pretty much y'all put a lot of pride into the research and time you do into this work. My thing is what do you think knowing this knowledge does? What do you get out of it?
Well, knowing the knowledge or knowing that the games are rigged, because that's two different questions.
I guess knowing that the games are rigged and have a certain outcome.
Well, the reason I don't care too much about the games, but the reason I expose what's going on in the games is because, like you saw today, look how much people are paying attention to the Super Bowl. So it's obvious that the masses are paying attention to these sports, to rigged sports, right? So if that's what the masses are paying attention to, that's where we should put the knowledge in their face. Because I'm pretty sure that right now, since all of these NFL players are making a mockery out of the fact that the NFL is scripted, the reason that they're probably doing that is because of this community and the impact that we've had in the past 10 years. I'm pretty sure that's why now, because think about it, before the last couple of years, have you ever heard any professional athlete ever came out and say that sports are scripted? You've never heard that from anybody like before this community was established. Have you ever heard like a Jordan or Tracy McGrady say that the NBA is rigged? Or like a Terrell Owens said that the NFL is scripted? That has never happened in the history of sports. But now, recently, you've seen a lot of more athletes come out and make a mockery out of, the script. They gave us the script. We're making an impact. And that's why they have to make a mockery out of it. So I think that's why I think if we continue to do it, more people will wake up, and eventually it will lead them into learning about the other stuff that goes on, like the hurricanes by the numbers, the terrorism by the numbers, the the stuff that they made us do on March 11, 2020.
Okay, I hear you. So my thing is like, I feel like the average person has a slight idea or understanding that there's something going on in this world that's like kind of iffy or strange, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, if we don't even know like the true like down to earth cause, it's like nobody's really gonna care. They're gonna give it a little look and be like,
well, that's not true. That's not true, because most of the people in this community, they learned about this stuff through the sports. A lot of people learned it through the deaths of Kobe Bryant, the stuff that goes on.
Not hate for sure, but like it's like, all right, like, okay, for example, like you say, the people reading it, the people writing the scripts, but at the end of the day, it's not like we know who the people are. We don't know.
We do know who it is. We know who it is.
Like y'all say, it's like the Jesuit society.
Yes, it's no doubt is them.
But who are they exactly? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
it's just those people, that we not okay.
Well, I can give you some names. I can give you some names.
All right, so like, let's say everybody now knows that these are the people. How is that going to change?
Well, we have to organize. We have to organize, and we have to unite, and we have to grow our numbers before we do something critical. Even like, think about what we did on September 11th. We made an announcement that we was going to gather up at Times Square, and only 20 people came out. That's not enough. That's not going to make a difference. We have to get our numbers. Like, you see how there's 178 viewers? That's how many people need to be at these rallies. Instead of being in the chat room, we need to be at these scenes, making a statement, getting the news to record us and interview us. Why are all these people gathered up at the World Trade Center? What's going on with all these people? What are they talking about?
I got you. And another thing to me is like, okay, so the approach of targeting with sports is like, I feel like it's really not productive, because at the end of the day, everybody just looks at sports as, some type of entertainment, some type of...
No, that's not true. That's not true. People don't, not everybody. There's people that think that are little, like, diehard fans. I mean, those people down there in Philadelphia, they are diehard fans.
So, okay, like, hear me out. Let's say a majority of people figured out that, okay, sports was kind of manipulated, rigged in some type of way. A whole lot of people know WWE is fake and scripted, but guess what? You still got millions of fans that are still rooting for it, crying over the players. A whole lot of people know superheroes is fake scripted movies, but you still got, it's $1 billion industry. People put their heart and their emotions into it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how does really doing the numbers, breaking the coding?
Okay, so you don't think that you don't? So, well, the thing is this, right? I know exactly what you're trying to ask. You don't think that a sport, like, let's say I'm a sports fan, right? And somebody's telling me that the baseball games are rigged. You don't think it's disturbing that to know? Or no, let me give you a better example. The example that I like the most, the Houston Astros. You don't think it's disturbing that the Houston Astros won the World Series, and they won the World Series connected to something that killed a lot of people, the Astro World Festival tragedy? Don't you think, like, if you're a Houston Astros fan, wouldn't you find that disturbing, especially if you're from Houston and you lost people at that festival? You don't find that disturbing? That the reason that festival tragedy happened wasn't in order for the Astros to win the World Series? Wouldn't you as a fan be outraged?
I wouldn't be outraged per se, but
really, if one of your family members dies at a festival and you know that festival was provoked by the same people that are rigging the baseball games, you wouldn't be outraged?
I mean, it's kind of hard to, like, we wouldn't really be able to pinpoint it until we would just be like, oh wow, this is a weird correlation. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but it goes on all the time though. I think about Hurricane Harvey. The first time the Astros won the World Series, it was connected to another tragedy. All the people that died at those. You think about it. Hurricane Harvey a lot of people died during those floodings. People lost their homes.
Yeah.
People lost everything. They lost everything.
So okay, hear me out. Like, let's say the sports wasn't even a thing. All that stuff could still happen.
Well, but they don't do it that way. You're saying something that's not real. I mean, the sports is still happening. They're not doing the rituals and then they're not doing the sports. They're doing the rituals and they're mocking you with the sports games. So my thing is, if you're paying attention to the sports games and you're looking at it like, oh look, the Astros are winning 5-2. Well, guess what? Let me tell you why the score is 5-2. It's because flood is 52, and that city just got flooded by Hurricane Harvey. And that's why the first pitcher to pitch at a Houston baseball game was Matt Harvey, who plays for the Mets. So then people will say, oh my God, yeah, you're right. So then that also proves that not only are the games rigged, but they are also manipulating the weather and causing all that chaos for that community. So those people should be outraged. They lost their homes. A lot of people lost their lives. If you don't want to do something about it, even though knowing those type of things, then I don't know what to tell you. But I will feel this. I will feel.
But it's like,
I will feel a certain kind of way if somebody flooded my city and I lose my home, lose everything, and then have family members die. You think I will feel comfortable going to a Yankees game, knowing that these things were provoked by, and it wasn't the work of Mother Nature. It was provoked by people.
All right, let me put it like this: these same people that you guys claim can cause a hurricane to destroy a city, what power do you possibly have?
Say it again. What's your question?
If these same people can quote unquote cause a natural disaster, something like a huge hurricane, to kill thousands of lives, what power does a small community like this possibly?
You don't think people have power? If people didn't have power, they wouldn't be hiding this stuff from us.
Nah, but I'm saying it's like, bro, if they can cause a hurricane, what is a group of 1,000 men going to do with by saying, "Oh, you guys better stop this"? You know what I mean?
People can make a difference, though, my brother. That's why they hide it from us. That's why they don't want us to know about it.
I feel like you don't believe it's known enough?
No, it's not. And even the people that know are not willing to do anything about it.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I feel like.
But we need to get real. We need real soldiers. We need like those 20, 30 people that came out to the World Trade Center on September 11th. We need more people like that. And not the people that just standing around waiting for something to happen. The people that got up out of their ass on September 11th when we made the announcement that we was gonna gather it up. Like, you gotta understand. Like, I went to that rally and I went there and I collaborated with people that I know don't like me, people that hate me, people that I don't like, and I still collaborated with them because I know that the mission is way more important than them. So if I was able to attend that rally and unite with people that hate me, then what's the reason for all the other people in the community not to come out? If people don't come out, nothing is gonna change. I tell people all the time, I don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl. But the only reason I like to expose is because, look, it brings 174 viewers to my channel. And that's an opportunity for me to teach them what's really going on. Len Dawson had to die for that Super Bowl to be played. And maybe you don't care about Len Dawson, but I'm pretty sure those people that if people really died at the Astro World Festival, I'm pretty sure those were just regular people, and they died in connection to that World Series. Just like people died in connection to the first time the Astros won the World Series. I'm pretty sure September 11th, when they had the Yankees versus the Mets in the World Series, that was synced up with September 11th, and all the people that died during the terrorist attacks of 9/11. Like these people are not just rigging the games; they are murdering people too, and they are murdering regular people. So I don't understand why people are not feeling like, oh, that doesn't matter. That had nothing to do with me. Hey, it does have something to do with you. Like, just think about what they did with Corona, with the coronavirus, right? They synced it up with the basketball games.
Nah, listen. Like I said, I understand where, like, to me, it's like we live in a very demonic world that's run by some type of evil power, whatever. So, like, all right, map me out what your end goal vision is and how you possibly see how this is going to lead to some type of revolt to where, Well,
think about it. Think about it this way.
I'm pretty sure that my videos influence a lot of people to not get the JAB.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure that if those people that listen to the knowledge and learn from the videos that I made didn't go and get the GAB, which in result they are probably healthier people than if they would have got it. Because I'm pretty sure there's been people who died of heart attacks from getting that thing. I can't say it on YouTube though.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
All right, so I was able to convince people like, look, this is not the right thing to do because this is all part of a big scam. So don't listen to the media because they are trying to mislead you. And if you do get this, you'll probably end up like Hank Aaron. You'll probably end up like all these other people who are dying in connection to the number 56. So if there's 1,000 people that didn't get the GAB, it was probably thanks to the knowledge. And that includes me. I didn't get it because of the knowledge. Because the knowledge is very convincing, and I know that it's a scam. And it's probably causing a lot of people a lot of health problems to a lot of people. So that's one way we're making a difference. You know, even if we don't bring this network down, we're still protecting our community. And that's better than nothing. That's better than sitting around just letting shit to go down. If I'm able to save 1,000 people's lives, that's more than zero. It's more than zero. If I would just sit around and wait for all this shit to just happen and not say anything about it, I think doing something and saying something and impacting at least 100 people or 200 people is better than nothing. Because that's another 200 people that would have been in that death toll. Anything else?
No, but yeah, like at the end of the day, when you get into these type of deeper conversations, it usually gets to a point of, circular argument because each party's like reasoning they're so deep into what they believe, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't plan to like change the world overnight. But I believe in building a community and then protecting ourselves from the demons. And the more members of the community, the more people we get to save. Because if you look on the CDC website, the death toll since March 11, 2020 is pretty high. And I'm pretty sure if this information would have been more viral than what it is today, that number would have been a little bit lower. The reason it's so high is because so few people know about it.
I got you.
All right, let me get some more people in, though. I appreciate the call, though, my brother. That's the type of call that I appreciate. That's not a troll. That's somebody that is respectful, somebody that asks real questions, and somebody that has, his own opinion. If more people was to call me like that, you wouldn't see me curse them out or anything like that. Like, I like calls like that. He wants to know, like, what's the point of doing all this? Sometimes I do feel like it's worthless, but no. Then I think about it. I'm like, nah, it's not really worth it because if 1,000 people refuse to get the what, then that's 1,000 people that made it to see another day. Because I know there's a lot of people that the news is not gonna say it, but there's a lot of people that probably didn't make it after getting that GAB. Hello.
What up, Arthur?
What's going on, my brother?
Not much. Yeah, that was a solid call.
Yeah. I like calls like that, because he has a good point.
Yeah, it was just genuine.
Yeah,
like, he was really asking. He wasn't trolling.
Yeah, I like more people should be that way instead of.
Yeah, like them type of questions, like, or that type of energy, like, help push the conversation forward. Like, he was just genuinely asking. Like, it's one thing if somebody a troll, you know what I'm saying? But when somebody's genuinely asking, like, we got to give them the floor.
Absolutely.
It really helped push the conversation forward. But yeah, you already know, man, you OG in the game, bro. Like, no dwelling on no losses. Like, you look back, like, briefly and see where you went wrong, so, like, you can know what to do, like, moving forward. But, of course, you already know, you OG, man, you don't dwell on the L, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, but I got upset because I'm like, fuck, the shit that I knew was going to kick me in the face, man. Andy Reid in that 269, man.
Yep, and the NFC picked up the 269th playoff win versus the AFC. So that right there, that right there lets you know. And then the Chiefs improved to 20-21 in the playoffs, and Mahomes became the first quarterback since Kurt Warner to win the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. And it was exactly 1,202 weeks since Kurt Warner did it. And 1202 is a reflection of 2021, like how they improved to 2020.
Oh shit! It's crazy how they do it though, man.
But yeah, right. No,
and then they had Patrick Mahomes win at the State Farm Stadium.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's easy to see this stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like trying to choose, because there was a bunch of stuff for the Eagles. So you know, and try to choose between those two is just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
should have driven you crazy.
If Eagles had won, then we would have been like, see that 1922. It was that 1922. Like it's easy, like after the fact. Like it's a way easier to see.
But I feel like the reason they do it this way, I really feel like there's a reason they do it this way though. Because why would they be making it so tight like that?
I mean, I think it's been like that. Like honestly, like because all right, just thinking about how long you've been knowing gematria. How long you been in this community, or like just been in this knowledge? About 8 years or something like that.
No, 2016, like 7, almost 7.
7 years, okay. But just looking at gematria and like having studied it in that 7 years, I think we both can come to the conclusion that this been around longer than like what we've known it.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what makes me think that they're not altering anything.
Exactly, and it's nothing new. And I think our experience with this knowledge breeds like an ego or complacency, like when we think we got a good hang of it, like we think we got it down pat or good understanding enough to where like we know how it's going to go. But this stuff is intelligent, man. It really is. It's not basic thinking. Like this stuff is intelligent, and it's been around for a while. It's an ancient practice, and you could just tell from the different like nuanced, meticulous methods that they have that it's not simple. So it's like, I don't know, like we can't get caught up in like how much knowledge or how much we think we know with this stuff. Like we have to like really give the respect due to how intelligent it is. And in doing so, I think we can make progress in learning. You know what I'm saying? I think we're kind of stagnant right now in the movement because, and this is overall as a community, like not just one particular person or persons, just like overall. I think there's some stagnancy there. And I feel like, you know, like we're too caught up in like what we know overall. We think we got a good hang of it. I think we have to really like, I don't know, maybe like humble ourselves a little bit and just like, I don't know, just further study the code, man. I don't think we got this all figured out. Like we get we hit, you know what I'm saying? We have solid hits, but still like we still don't have this all figured out. There's still a lot that we have to learn with this stuff. And not just this situation in particular. I think this is just as simple as the 57 and the 269. We got that down pat. That's not it. I'm just saying, like, overall, like, this knowledge is not simple. And
yeah, there's a deeper connection with all of it because we know how much this stuff is connected to, like, astrology and it's very spiritual, very biblical. Unless you understand the Bible completely, you won't know why these two teams are matching up exactly, like the biblical side of it. Because that's the side that I don't know too much about, like the biblical connection between like a lot of these matchups.
And I don't think gematria is all of it. I think it's astrology. I think it's a lot of stuff tied into this stuff. I don't think it's just all gematria. I think like
but I don't think we'll ever know all of it though, because unless you're a part of this network.
Exactly. Yeah, you'll never like know it, how they know.
You won't know everything.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the whole point, though. Like we're on the outside looking in, trying to figure it out. So it's like no reason to like hang your head over a L, or, you know.
Nah,
like,
the reason I'm upset at myself for changing something that was so obvious to me at first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because, you know, I learned from past history that I should not have a tunnel vision. And, you know, when people call me and say, you know, look at this, I have to, you know, respect that because I've been wrong before. So I got to give the community a chance to correct me if they see something that I'm not noticing. But
For
yeah,
sure.
I just felt like that 269 I got you from the beginning. That was it. And the Travis Kelce 131st day of his age, the championship number.
135.
Yeah, 131. It was 131 days after his birthday.
Yeah. And I think the NFC improved to 131. I think it was the NFC East improved to 131 and 141 versus the AFC West all time, including playoffs too.
And I think that's why they had the spread at 1.5. You know, the Mahomes number, and it didn't really move from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's it. That 269. That's what like I didn't even I faded that figure.
I faded it too. I'm gonna be honest. Like I thought that was just like two in your face type shit. Like no way, no way they do that.
I was liking the 1922, but it was just like, man.
The 1922 made more sense to me because I was thinking like, yo, Eagles equals 22. Chiefs pick up that 22nd postseason loss.
I would have just been kicking myself had I like placed a bet on that and knowing the 269-57 thing. Just knowing.
And now that I'm thinking about it, they beat the Bengals 20-23, and now they're the world champions in 2023.
Yeah, crazy. And Andy Reid picked up his
22nd postseason win,
and picked up his 222nd all-time win on Sundays.
And like how he won the first Super Bowl and picked up his 222nd win on 2-2-2.
And they won it 222nd, 222 weeks exactly from the Royals.
From the Royals, yep, I remember that. That was an easier year.
Yeah. So, but when I saw that though, I think I found that like a week or so ago. When I seen that he was on 221 Sunday wins, I was like, yeah, it's a fade for me. I'm good. I'm just gonna speculate.
Like, you know, the year I go with the Chiefs, they don't win. The years I go against the Chiefs, they win. They're like, oh my god, this shit is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, only thing I played today, man, was halves money line.
We nailed the coin toss was easy. The tails picked up the 30th tails.
Yeah, that was solid.
Slavery's 30, and then guess what what else played? The team to win the coin toss and win the game, it was at 24. No, it was actually at 25.
Plus $2,500.
No, it was 25 teams. How can I say this? The team that wins the coin toss and to, I don't know how to say it. All right, 25. Okay, now I know. 25 teams that have won the coin toss has also won the game in history, in NFL history. 25 teams have done it.
Facts.
And the Chiefs won the coin toss and won the game, became the 26th team to do it. And Philadelphia's 101 the 26th round.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I said I wrote in the Patreon that whoever wins the coin toss is going to win the game, because that 26. I thought Philadelphia was going to do it because Philadelphia's 101. But the opponent did it against the team with the 101 connection. But yeah, the big 30 ritual with the coin toss, man.
And the Chiefs got a 115th. They got a pick six. I think it was their 115th pick six. I think it was like all time.
I'm surprised Mahomes didn't pick up that 57th interception.
Yeah, he didn't pick that up. Neither quarterback had a turnover. Well, Jalen Hurts had a fumble, but neither one of them had an interception. That was surprising.
Yeah, because he was at 56. Wow.
I thought they would have interceptions all over the place with two black quarterbacks.
You saw the 42-yard field goal miss? Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And it hit the upright. That's how you know it's rigged. It's something to do with magnetism and the ball and the goal post, man. I'm telling you, like, there's no way them balls just just automatically just hitting them goal posts like that. And again, revisit the Cody Parkey situation where he hit the upright 4 times in one game, and it was the anniversary of World War I, and it was on 11/11, and he hit the upright 4 times, like won 4 times. Like, no way that's a coincidence, bro, and no way that it has to be something with magnetism in the ball, man. And the same goes with basketball too. It's got to be. These, like, I remember we coded the Buck. This is the year Giannis won the championship, and I think it was either game 2 or game 1, one of those. And pre-game, I think we spent hours in the Discord decoding that game, man. And all we kept coming across was the number 147, 147, 147, 147. And hours later, the game starts 14-7. And it'd be stuff like that that, like, validates gematria for me. Like, there's no way we spend hours decoding this game and all we come across is 147, and then the game starts off 14-7. That's not a coincidence. Like,
people saying that was the fake DeMar Hamlin at the game.
Huh?
People saying that was the fake DeMar Hamlin at the game.
The fake, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, when they first said DeMar and they introduced him. You know, he had the shades on and stuff. I was looking at him like, yo, that look like him, but it don't look like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why the mystery with this guy? Fucking always so mysterious. Like, the first time I'm at the Bills game, he has the hoodie on. They don't show his face, and now he goes to the Super Bowl with dark shades. You can't see his eyes.
Yeah, and then you finally see him sitting with Goodell, and he actually looked like himself then. But when they initially introduced him, like, it didn't look like him, bro. Like, it looked like him, but
he doesn't have the neck tattoo.
He didn't have it. See, I didn't pay attention to that part.
Yeah, the guy that went to the Super Bowl doesn't have the neck tattoo, the Pittsburgh neck tattoo.
Facts.
That shit is weird. Like, how you remove a tattoo?
that's probably like the computer part. That's probably like
Look, you don't got a tattoo in this picture. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't know how they pull this shit off. I don't know what's going on, man. Like,
I think it's just something that, like the general public isn't aware of. Whatever it is that enables them to do these things that they do, is something that the general public is not aware of. And because
that shit is crazy. You think these people probably have like secret twins?
I don't know. I think, like, if we were to get around this stuff, whatever it is that they use to do these things, I think, like, we could wrap our minds around it once, like, if we were, like, immersed into it like they were. But I think just, like, from a distance, the way they're able to do these things, it just looks crazy or magical. From
like look at this photo. Look at the photograph. You probably got a delay, but look at the photograph that I'm showing. He clearly has a Pittsburgh P under his ear, but the guy that was at the Super Bowl does not have this tattoo.
What if it's like a brother or something, or like a cousin?
That's what I was thinking about. He probably has like a twin that nobody knows about.
Cause that dude, like, I'm telling you, like, when I first seen him, man, like, when they introduced him earlier tonight, it looked like him, but it didn't look like him. But when he was with Goodell, it looked just like him. Like,
think about the Morris brothers, right? If the Morris brothers, if they never introduced the Morris brothers to us and only showed us one, we wouldn't know about the other one.
No tattoo.
Yeah, like, look, the one, like this one here, he has the P tattoo for Pittsburgh, right? The Pittsburgh Pirate logo tattooed under his ear. But the guy at the Super Bowl, he have no tattoo on his neck. Shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's something going on with that situation. Sure.
How do you remove a tattoo? Is that even possible?
I don't know, man. Crazy. Maybe it's makeup.
With makeup covering the tattoo?
Maybe.
I don't know. That shit is very suspicious, man. I don't know what to think about this.
Yo, so I'm thinking it might be Philly and Mavs in the finals.
Yeah, they both have that 61 gematria.
And they both play on 6/1. And the final start on 6/1. They both play on 6/1. They play each other.
On 6/1?
Yeah. Mavs and fucking the 61st day of the year or the season, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's something to do with 61.
Okay, yeah, because it won't be on 6/1 because 6/1 is the finals.
Right. Yeah, it's something I was looking at a few days back, and they both play on something to do with 6-1. I'm like, well, damn, like final start on 6-1. What are they trying to say? And there's already a Philadelphia and Texas thing going on. It's something to do with 6-1 though. I'll message it to you. I don't want to misspeak, but I know for sure like they play on a day that has something to do with 61.
All right, Tyler, let me get this call because this guy called me like 40 times, man.
Oh, you good, man. Appreciate you taking my call.
All right, Topsy, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy called me like 30 times, man. Let me see. Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, no, must be a little delay on the phone.
Yeah,
there,
just talk through the phone because there is a delay.
Okay. No, hey, yeah, I called. I've been calling. I called last week. I said I was the one that called about. Well, this was Shills though. I was the one that called about how you get the money on the Vegas. Vegas, had 70% of the money over on the Eagles tonight to win, and I was telling, I don't know how many people I was telling, man, for the last couple of weeks, and then just kind of putting that shit online that Vegas never loses, man. This is what's been going on for the last couple of years, and I know the code and the gematria code was pushing for, but no, I was just kind of calling and telling you that I had it for sure that the KC was going to win tonight.
Well, congratulations. They definitely had a narrative.
Yeah. I'm not trying to. I mean, you're awesome. I've been listening to you, and I still been listening to you, and I'm going to continue. And you got your live feed, man. And but once somebody put in your comments that Zach put down the Eagles were going to win, I was like, yeah, fuck that. There ain't no way. But not to mention, you go to ESPN and the feed was it was like 70-80% of people were picking the Eagles, and then straight up on the money line, man. But this goes back to a couple 2-3 years. You go back to the Packers 2 years ago, or not just this past last year, where the Packers and the Lions, all that 80% of the money was on the Packers to beat the Lions to get into the playoffs, and they lost. And then you go back to
you're right. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, just go back to the 2022 with the Packers and the 49ers, where it was 83% of the money was on the Packers to beat the 49ers, and they pulled up some bullshit lame ass game. But the flip side to that too was, and I think I said this last time I talked to you, but this year was the Bengals were supposed to beat the KC. And it was over 80% of the money that the Bengals were supposed to beat KC, and KC went to the Super Bowl. But then you go the year before that, and KC had over 80% of the money to beat the Bengals, and the Bengals went to the damn Super Bowl and then lost to the Rams 23-20. So I'm just saying, man, it's pretty simple. Vegas doesn't lose, man. I mean, they're not going to pay out like this year. 70% of the money was on the Eagles. They're not going to pay that money out to all these stupid assholes that bet this money, man. And just like the year before, they're not going to pay that money out. It's simple, man. It's the mob. They're going to pay this money. No, hell no, they're not going to pay that money out, man. They're going to take that. They make out like cows. So I mean, just like tonight, same shit. I told my boy, who's a Packers fan for the last 2 years, and I finally woke his ass up, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're right, man. Whatever the public says and whatever they bet, do the opposite. That's it. Pretty simple, man." So, but no, still love your stuff, love your feed, still subscribe to you, man, And I love that you go live and whether you're right or whether you're wrong, man, you still own up to it. You're nothing like Zach, and I promote you to whoever I talk to, man. So you're good stuff. So keep it up, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
So. Yeah, that 38. We saw that 38 with LeBron James, and okay. Hello.
What up?
What's going on? Thank you for the call.
I gotta be real quick because I'm actually working. I'm on the clock. But all right, y'all. Me and Arthur, we actually talked about this in October. He is the one who came up with the Jalen Hurts, and I came up with the Andy Reid Bull thing. Talked about this on October 12th. We talked about this October 12th when Kevin Hart's dad died. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we listening.
All right. Oh, yeah, my bad, because I'm still listening on other thing. All right, so let me give you all the reasons. I had Kansas City Super Bowl back when me and Arthur talked about this. Arthur, I told you about this death code stuff about guys having the same date that matches the gematria matches the date. They're going to lose. We talked about this. I've been telling you about this for like the past year. Jalen Hurts' name matched the date of the Super Bowl.
But so does Kansas City.
No. Kansas City does not match. It's not 1-2-2. It's 2-1-2.
Kansas City equals 122.
Today's date is 2-1-2, not 1-2-2. It's 2-1-2. Just like Jalen Hurts is 2-1-2.
Today's date can be written 12/2.
All right. Yeah, it's 2/2. Like Jalen Hurts is.
Yes, today's date can be written 12/2, like 122.
It's February 12th, 2.
Yes, 12/2. That's how it's written in the majority of the world. 12/2.
I mean, it's complete mockery on why they won. First of all, if you guys would have paid attention and looked, it was the 503rd all-time away game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes signed a $503 million contract when he was 24 years old. They're all-time losses, just like the Philadelphia area code. They picked that up, and there was another 57 today. Mahomes became 26-9 all-time on the road on Sundays. That's another 57 to go with Andy Reid picking up 57, 269. Now, I kept saying to everybody, this is an Andy Reid tour. It's all about Andy. He's getting ready to take care of everybody that's been on his coaching tree. He took care of Peterson. Remember, if you guys go back, Jason Peterson was on the staff with Andy Reid back in Green Bay before Andy Reid got the job with Philadelphia. He took Jason Peterson with him and made him the third-string quarterback. That was the first one he got rid of. And he gave the Jacksonville Jaguars their 269th all-time loss as a franchise. Right there to let you know it was going to be Andy Reid. Now, we're going to talk about astrology. It's a Wayne and Gibbons moon. Wayne and Gibbons equals 62, like Patrick Mahomes equals 62. The score equals 73. Wayne and Gibbons moon equals 73. It was 73-point score today. The halftime was Rihanna. Rihanna had on the red. They had 38 points. It equals 38. This is Jalen Hurts' 38th game. The money line was at a plus 270. Upset equals 27. I paid attention to all that. I was like, as long as it stays on this 27, the Chiefs are going to come back. It stayed on it. Another Scorpio. 94 and 95. This was Mahomes' 94th all-time. The day was Bill Russell's birthday. Bill Russell equals 75. Mahomes picked up his 75th. What else we had? It was another 75. Oh, yeah, the Andy Reid Bowl equals 75. And on top of this, if you count the preseason records, Eagles was 17-5. Just like Golden State Warriors is 175, and we've seen Bill Russell die after the 75th anniversary of the NBA season. It's all connected. Now, also to go with that 175, it was 176 days from Jalen Hurts' upcoming birthday. They became 17-6, including the preseason record. If you guys use the preseason record a lot during the season, it hit like crazy, especially when the Panthers upset the Buccaneers in the beginning of the year. What else I had? What else? And then, the Carl Sheffers, the 177. That Carl Sheffers thing, the 177, that was out there. What else? So the 41, the Scorpio equals 41. You had the Chiefs became 4-1 all time against the Eagles on a roll. So
but let me ask you something, Ro. Let me ask you something. Do you understand that there was numbers on both sides?
There was number on both sides, but there's way more numbers for the Chiefs.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want to always depend on numbers, man, because the numbers complement what the theme is. Yeah, obviously the theme was Andy Reid. That was the theme. But if you want to just look at numbers, I could tell you a bunch of numbers that could have went the other way. So if a person is new to this, obviously you're not new to this, but if a person is new to this, this is what they'll argue with you. They'll say, well, yeah, Andy Reid picked up his 22nd postseason win, but why didn't the Eagles pick up their 22nd? Why didn't the Chiefs pick up their 22nd postseason win? You know what I'm saying? So that's why numbers is not. You can't prove that the games. Hold on, you can't prove that the games are rigged with just the numbers. If you want to just give out numbers, you're not gonna be successful in trying to convince somebody that the games are rigged. If you show them the theme, what is the theme of the Super Bowl? You right? You nailed it when you said
the theme of the Super Bowl was it being on Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
That's what matters. That's what matters. That's what you should be telling the people, not 177 and then 17-7. Like people are gonna be listening to you and be confused.
Hey, Arthur, you didn't let me get to that. I was still talking. I didn't even get to the.
Yeah, but you're putting me to sleep, my brother, and I'm not even new to this. I'm talking about people who are new to this, people that might come across this video and they're listening to you. They don't want to hear about all that because all that stuff is confusing. They want to hear what is the theme of the Super Bowl.
It's all adding up.
Nah, it's not. It's not. You're bringing up. You're talking about Bill Russell and you're talking about the Andy Reid Bowl. All that stuff is not connected.
Arthur, go put what Pennsylvania equals. Go put what Pennsylvania equals. Go look at the all-time record for the Kansas City.
I'll talk to you later, bro. I'll talk to you later. Guy, this is what gets me annoyed about you, bro. You come on the live stream and you say, me and Arthur predicted this back in October. No, I predicted this back in October. Now, don't try to take credit for my success. You did have the Chiefs for this game. I'll give you credit for that. And but you're not teaching us the right way. Show us what is the theme. You keep 177 here, 184 here, 195 here, 196 here. That is fucking confusing. Somebody who's new to this is gonna be looking at you like, well, they're not even gonna be listening to you, because I don't even understand what you're saying. What is the theme of the Super Bowl? The theme of the Super Bowl was the Andy Reid role. He won. He picked up his 22nd postseason win against his former team, the Eagles. Eagles equals 22, and he picked up his 269th career win in Super Bowl 57, 269 to 57 prime number. Do you have to give out a bunch of other numbers? You don't. That's how you teach this knowledge. Not give out 5 here, 4 here. He picked up 6 here, 7 here, 7. That's very confusing. People not even gonna be listening to you. Because I didn't want to listen to you. To be honest, I don't want to be disrespectful with it. Nobody's listening to that kind of stuff. Just get to the point. Get to the point. What is the point? Andy Reid. It was the riddle was through Andy Reid. He beat a former team in the Super Bowl. He couldn't win a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. The reason this shit was confusing is because of how they set it up with the Eagles and had the Abraham Lincoln narrative. This was double coded. I hate when people say, well, yeah, now when the game is over, of course you're going to say, well, this team had more numbers. Yeah, because the game is over. Did you have this back in October? You didn't. Hello?
Hi, it's Susan.
What's going on? You're on live stream.
Yep, I'm watching. I totally agree with you. When people call in and they're like, first of all, after the fact, People love to call in with numbers and this and that and that and
Yeah,
this.
that person did not call 2 weeks ago with all this information.
Okay. And my point is, look, people, if you got the knowledge, why aren't you posting it in advance so people that are just new to the system can learn? Coming in after the fact, and there's nothing against that last caller, but I'm trying to make a point. Nobody wants to show their notes. Nobody wants to show what they've got. But after the fact, oh no, it's this, it's this, it's this. See? So, just like you said, there's numbers on both sides, and they equal out each other. So that's wonderful, but the problem is you're going around in a circle, and that's frustrating. And the point I wanted to make is, to me, I follow the code all the way through the season. And I knew the code from the World Series. And last year they did the same thing. To me, where people got lost is when they started thinking about Abraham Lincoln and everything about Lincoln. And that was a distraction, because to me, the code this year was Queen Elizabeth. And if you think about what's the major event that happened 12 months, it was the sacrifice of Queen Elizabeth. And if you looked at their pictures, you would see Queen Elizabeth tribute equals, 322. So you knew that was the last day of the Super Bowl, the days left, okay? And 1 and 15 equals 115. Queen Elizabeth tribute equals 115. So it's like, if you would state, the narrative is just as important as the numbers. The numbers, to me, sometimes are secondary. And when I realized that Queen Elizabeth equals 66 and Super Bowl LVII equals 66, I went, well, they're going to do a tribute to the Queen. And then when you do Queen tribute equals 115, and they've got 1 versus 15 going against each other, you start putting a puzzle together. And so it's not just about the numbers. It's about what's the ritual that they're trying to say. And last year it was about King Charles coming. So if they're going to do the king last year, they're going to do the queen this year. And Mahomes equals 115. But another point I was going to make is, if you looked at Mahomes' record against the NFC, he was 19-3. 19-3 against the NFC. So if he wins, he's going 20-3. And 23 is king. Okay? And 322 equals 55. Fourth black quarterback, 55. State Farm Stadium, 55. Boulay, 55. Chiefs win 103, 55. So the point is, yeah, these stats are important, but once you start decoding, you'll see that they're all scripted to be equal, the same. The numbers just run you around in a circle. So I think finding out what's the storyline, what's the ritual going on, I think that helps immensely. And that was the point, I wanted to make, because that's how I saw the World Series, and that's what took me throughout the playoffs into the Super Bowl. It's 22383. That was the code that was playing throughout the whole thing. So anyway, I just think sometimes finding the ritual is just as important as the numbers, because once you find the ritual, the numbers will come together. That's the point I wanted to make.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Absolutely, you hit everything on the nose. That's what I've been trying to teach people, man. It's just,
share your knowledge. I mean, I go on your Patreon, I go on your YouTube, and nobody's putting anything down.
Nobody's collaborating. They all know after the fact. They all know after the fact.
Yeah, and after the fact, egos come out. Like Zach. I mean, I watched him for 15 minutes, and he didn't say who he had, but I could just tell by his mannerism he was on the Eagles. And of course, when they lost, he's on there saying, "Oh, we won the Super Bowl." The same old garbage. The point is,
yeah, we don't do that over here. We make picks, and we don't put out two narratives, man.
Your picks, whether they're right or wrong. And I was going to talk to you, but you said don't let anybody distract you. And I thought, okay, this is what he sees, and I respect that. I don't agree with it this time around, but I respect it. And whether you're right or wrong, I respect because you put it out there. But if other people on Patreon and on YouTube would go in and say, "Hey, look, this is what I found," and share the knowledge, and
on top of that, sorry to interrupt you. On top of that, we had this matchup in October, which I think is way more impressive than predicting the outcome of one game. How many people had the Eagles playing the Chiefs back in October? I have video evidence to prove it. Not only if you ask these people to prove what the stuff that they saying that, oh, we knew this, we knew that. Okay, prove it. Oh, I don't know. I can't find it. I have video proof showing that I predicted that Andy Reid was going to play his old team in the Super Bowl on 2/12. Which is way more impressive because that was in October, 6 months before the Super Bowl was played? October, November, December, January 4th, 5 months before the Super Bowl was played.
Yeah, I mean, understand, we all can see it wrong or not see,
And that's why I made multiple live streams, right? The first live stream that I made, the first thing I said was, This is one of the most difficult Super Bowls because there's numbers on both sides. So, and that's why I opened up the phone lines that day, and there was actually 3 great callers. Same thing I did when I put out my video about LeBron James possibly surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on February 9th. Before those 2 games was played, I put out a live stream and we spoke about it. And shout out to Rig Sports. He pointed out how Thunder equals 36, like record, and why LeBron needed 36 points going into that February 7th game. And that's when I put out that notification. I said, listen, I know a lot of you like for LeBron to do it against his Kareem's old team, but he does need 36, and he's playing the Thunder, which equals 36. So that's why when you go by numbers, because LeBron had a great narrative to surpass Kareem on February 9th. But the numbers, if you go by the numbers, he had better numbers to do it on February 9th. But the riddle was for him to do it against the Thunder, the team that he won his first championship against.
I think they did that on purpose, too. I mean, yeah, that ritual was right in our face. But that 36, I think they did on purpose, too.
And that was 36 months after Kobe was buried.
Yeah, and the whole Kobe thing, they were pushing you towards the Eagles. But that 36 comes from, this was obviously going to be the 4th black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And the first one was number 17. The second one was number 3. The third one was number 15. And then if you add 1, you get 36. So, see, that was also, I think, a ritual to make people think, oh, it's got to be a 4th person. It can't, but it wasn't. And that was another sign for me. Is it going to be the 4th person, or is it just going to be the 4th quarterback? And that 36 equals the 4th person, meaning Hurts, number 1. And see, that they love to throw you little wrenches to misdirect you and guide you off. That's why this coding is not just, oh, I see one riddle, this has got to be the one that's it. No. They throw out all kinds of traps. So once again, if this community is really about sharing the knowledge, then they should be posting and people.
No, that's not what this community is about. This is and not everybody. Like people like yourself is an exception to this rule. This is what this community is about. This community is about I was right, you was wrong. Oh, you got it wrong. Oh, gematria is bullshit. Oh, it doesn't work. And when you get it right, they're like, oh, but did you bet on it? Oh, they always find like this community is like there's members of this community that are just like the sheep, that they're our enemy, and there's a lot of sheep in this community. Like people don't want to, and there's a lot of people who just are jealous and they don't want to see you do good because they don't want to see your channel get views or get subscribers. Like there's a lot of like evilness in this community, and that's why that's why I respect what the other caller was saying about like what's the point of doing all this. I sometimes I do think about like what's the point of doing all this, because I'm like, how is it that the people in this community don't even get along? How the fuck are we supposed to make a difference when we don't even get along with each other? Because the moment we have one person has the Chiefs and another person has the Eagles, now you want to attack that other person because he picked the wrong fucking football team. Like for the people who know how to do this shit, you won't ever see those people call in and talk shit and try to brag about how they had the riddle and we didn't. Like those people will never call in. The people who actually know how to do this stuff. You will never see me call up Zach's show and tell him like, oh, you got it wrong, blah blah blah. Like I won't ever do that. He'll do that to me because of his personal agenda, but I won't ever do that to him because I know how difficult this stuff is. And I appreciate the fact that he even decided to spend all that time researching the Super Bowl. I put the shit out for free. And when I made my video back in October, I did that for free. I came on YouTube for free, and I said, listen, I like the Chiefs to play the Eagles for free. Just for free. All those hours that I spent, researching this stuff, it was all for free. Just me trying to help people. But the moment I get something wrong, people want to attack and say, "Oh, you was wrong. I told you it wasn't them." Like, yeah, you told me it wasn't them. So what? Did you tell me that the Eagles was going to play the Chiefs back in October? You didn't. I told you that. I was the one that noticed that Jalen Alexander Hurts equals 212, and he might go to the Super Bowl on 212. And he lost just like how Joseph Lee Burrow lost on 213. They did the same thing they did last year.
Well, we can take that down even simpler. And yes, I agree with everything you just said. But, we live in an inverted world. Everything is upside down. And ego is your lower self. Okay? So most people that say, oh, we're in the truth community, if you're still playing with your ego, then you're still in your lower self. And I truly believe the people that control us, these controllers, they control both sides. They're controlling the people asleep, watching television and being programmed. And they're also controlling the truth community because they've got tons of people out there causing division. Obviously, there's some kind of agents. I don't know how many there are, but obviously they are. They're causing division, and they're spreading the ego, and that's just destroying anything we're trying to do.
Exactly, because it's become more of a competition instead of unity. There's no unity. Like, when I did a 2-hour live stream 2 weeks ago. Like, none of those people called in. The people that called in are like, oh, I told you. Yeah, but you told me, but what? But like, you just said you like the Chiefs. Did you provide any information? Did you say that there was 38 points was going to be scored in this game, and the reason why 38 points was going to be scored? Like, none of you knew that. That's why a lot of you wait till the game is over to talk your nonsense. And the reason is that we are never going to really make an impact is because we don't know how to work together.
No, we're not going to make an impact. That caller, to me, in my opinion, is correct. They have the hidden knowledge. They have the ancient mysteries. We're not going to make an impact. Let's be honest. But we have made a small impact already, though. Okay, yeah, but I mean small. But the point is not winning the game. We're not going to win the game. The point is trying to wake people up to at least acknowledge what's going on so they can turn the television off and stop being triggered and scripted by what's going on the television, because perception is reality. And as long as they keep perception, the television, then that's going to be people's reality. So the only thing we can do is wake people up and say, look, you may not care about sports betting, but at least you won't be out there getting a jab that they're going to take over your consciousness with their technology. I won't get into it. And you're going to be controlled. And something's going to happen to you, and I won't get into that. That's really bad. So the point is, it's not about winning the game. We're not going to win the game. But we can change our own consciousness. We can change our own outlook. And one person at a time is better than no people. It's not about winning. It's about waking people up, and it's about sharing the knowledge. And if people that know how to do this would be out there posting and explaining themselves, then more people would have the knowledge. Because look at this particular Super Bowl 57. If you write out the word 57, it equals 131. And 131 is the 32nd prime number. And Eagles is 32 and Chiefs is 32. That's a perfect place to start. Okay? And if people would just post and talk, then people could go, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Share the knowledge, people. and leave your ego at the door.
And also one thing to add on, I agree with a lot of things. Thank you for saying all those things. But there's certain people in the community that don't. You have to accept that you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do the stuff, and you have to wait until you are educated enough to then present information. Because there's a lot of people who just open up their computers and start teaching this stuff and don't know what they're doing. And you're actually doing a disservice to the rest of us who do know how to do it. Because now somebody might come across your video and then dismiss the work because they saw that you wrote skull and bones with the letter N and didn't write out the full word. And now you want to just make it seem like that's relevant. And then somebody with an actual brain might see that and say, you know what? This gematria stuff is bullshit because this person didn't even spell the word right. So make sure you know what you're doing first.
But you can't learn if you're not being exposed.
And if you have an ego, you're not going to allow yourself to learn, to be taught.
That's absolutely correct. The ego is what really bothers me with a lot of people. The ego, it drives me crazy. But, it's a learning process. And obviously, it takes a while to get into the system and understand what's going on. And even then, you're still working at a certain percentage because we're outside of the community. We're looking through a peephole, trying to figure out what's going on. And learning this, and people can say, oh, well, it's just about gambling. No. That's supplementing your income, and there's nothing wrong with that because they tax you to death. But the point is, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis with their rituals helps you to understand what's coming or what could be coming and to prepare yourself. So there's a lot of aspects to this community, and the community is full of egomaniacs. And until those people get rid of their egos and work as a community, we are never going to accomplish anything. And that frustrates me as someone that is a sports bettor and someone that does want to expose what they're doing and wake people up. It's frustrating.
Yep, I agree 100%.
But Arthur, I appreciate that you go out and say, this is what I think. And, so what? Because, like you said, unfortunately, you can get 20 right, but you get one wrong and you got the haters coming.
Yeah,
but like
I
said,
we nailed the coin toss, and nobody cares about that. Even though you probably made more money betting on the coin toss than betting on the Chiefs.
But once again, if we worked as a community and a lot of times I don't even know when you're live. I was lucky to get this one. And so I don't call in. But if we worked as a community, we could say, oh, this person has this person has that. Let's put it together. But we're just competing amongst ourselves, and that's
exactly.
ridiculous.
It's weird behavior. It's weird behavior.
It is weird behavior.
A community that's supposed to end evil, that's what we're doing. We're competing against each other. It's like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah, and that's just as bad as being asleep and being programmed by the television.
Absolutely.
So come on, people. Either work as a community, you have to get rid of your ego. It's not about, I got it first, I knew it, you didn't. That's just nonsense.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Because if you work together, we all win.
Exactly.
Thank you, Arthur.
Appreciate you. Have a good night. Yeah, the thing that gets me annoyed about the caller that called before her, he goes, yeah, well, if you would have been paying attention, if you trying to school me, it is funny to me, son. Oh man, you know the type of shit that I predicted in this community, like that. Why would you call my show disrespecting me like that? If you would have been paying attention, if you we saw this, we saw that, blah, 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 blah. So fucking what? You nailed one game. How many futures have you called? Who's going to win the NBA Finals? Call up right now and tell me. We in February. Tell me right now who's going to be, what are the two teams that are going to be in the NBA Finals? And tell me why. Do it now. Tell me who's going to be in the NBA Finals now in February. Don't wait until June 2nd and be like, oh, we knew that team because, it was a full moon. Load of bullshit, man. Yeah, this community, that's all it's, and the reason I react this way to people, because that's the kind of energy they give me. They wanna compete against me instead of, you know, teaming up with me. I want, like, you see that person that called, you can ask her, this is a fact. If I'm lying, she can write it in the chat. She called me she calls me every now and then, and we'll talk for 2-3 hours. For 2-3 hours, I'll be on the phone with her. She'll be telling me her side of what she thinks. I'll tell her what I think, and we'll go back and forth and have a very nice conversation. See, that's community. See, I'm reachable. You can call me. You can have a conversation with me for hours. If you disagree with me, we can talk about it. You know. What I won't ever do is I won't ever go on your platform or anybody's platform and say, I told you was wrong. I told you the coin toss was gonna be tails, not heads. Because that's not what I'm about. I want to work together. That's why before these games are played, that's why I do multiple live streams. And I present my stuff, and then I read all the comments. And when I read the comments, all I see is, I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to win. You're wrong. I can't wait for you to be wrong. The Chiefs are going to win. Make sure you come on live when the Eagles lose. Blah, blah, blah. Like, they can't wait to see me wrong and be sad. You guys, this is what they want. They want me to come on a live stream and be sad, like, oh, I was wrong. I had the Chiefs. I had the Eagles. That's what they want. They want me to put that face on so they can laugh. You guys are pathetic. That's why these people are winning, and that's why we are losing. That's why they are winning, and that's why we are losing. That's why we are not going to end anything, and that's why this stuff continues to happen. All of us is going to die. And our children are going to keep suffering because we didn't make a difference. We're not using our time wisely. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're not going to be on earth forever. I don't want to compete with the people that are supposed to be on my team. That's why it gets on my fucking nerves when people making videos about me and shit. Like, what the fuck? You making videos about me? I'm not the fucking enemy. I'm not the enemy. Why are you in my conversation talking shit? I'm not the fucking enemy. Go to ESPN's platform and leave a comment under their page. Go to LeBron's Instagram. Leave a comment under his picture. Go to Patrick Mahomes' Instagram and leave a comment under his fucking picture. Those are the people you guys should be trolling. Those are your enemies, not me. I'm trying to help you guys. You get a sports pick wrong, so fucking what? What about all the other shit that we expose? The shit that really matters. The only reason I put out these free picks is because I'm like, okay, this is a good opportunity to make people some money and laugh at the fucking Jesuits who are trying to fucking confuse us. So here I am trying to, it's like I'm trying to play Robin Hood, right? But I'm like, so think about what Robin Hood does. Robin Hood steals from the rich and gives to the poor. But you know what the people in this community do? Like, if I was Robin Hood and let's say I'm trying to steal from the rich and I get arrested, the people from the community who I was trying to help and feed, they're laughing at me like, you got arrested. How you got arrested? What? Why would you be laughing at me? I was trying to steal from them to help you guys eat. But instead of, bailing me out of jail, what they do is they laugh at me and be like, you got locked up. No, you're not supposed to laugh at Robin Hood. You're supposed to help Robin Hood. Because Robin Hood is trying to steal from the poor, from the rich and give to the poor. That's what I'm trying to do. Somebody says they're calling. Yeah, my phone is not ringing, so. Yeah, try. You can call again. Whoever's calling, call again, because I don't see any missed calls. And then when all the stuff that I do get correct, because we could go we could go to my channel. I mean, all my other proof is there, right? I do get a lot of stuff wrong because I do misreads a lot of riddles, but I got this wrong. The on Michael Jordan Day, the ritual they did with the Hornets and the Pistons. But let me just go to the videos that I got correct. Some of the predictions that we put out for free. Some of the predictions look, the Georgia Bulldogs go back to back. 800 people saw this video. We predicted the Georgia Bulldogs was going to win the championship. They did. Will the Georgia Bulldogs go back to back? This was a month ago. I put this out for free. Put it out for free. Let's see. The Navy and Army game, this was double coded. I spoke about how there was a narrative for both teams. At the end, I still got it wrong. I got that one wrong as well. Astro World. All right, let me just pick this up and see what it is. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how you doing?
Are you still live?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Arthur, that's not going to be long. I just called to tell you about, you are kind of correct about the LinkedIn connection, but you wasn't always, let me start on, all the way there.
Tell us, what did I miss?
Okay, if you think about it, Lincoln's father was killed by Native Americans, and he ordered a mass execution on 38 Indians. And you know, murder is 38, and the Indians, the Chiefs won with 38 points. So I was saying you was there, but you was thinking about this African American and slavery instead about reparations and Native Americans.
Yes, you're absolutely right. 100%.
So you can check that out. So that's the Lincoln connection that you was thinking about, but you wasn't just there yet.
Yeah, because I'm usually doing this by myself. I don't have people like you helping me on this.
So, cause I'm tired of everybody in the chat getting on you about the Lincoln thing was goofy, and it's not goofy.
No, I know it wasn't.
The dots very well.
It was no way there was a coincidence that they're praying on Lincoln's birthday. There's no way.
Yes. So that's that connection right there. Murder, 38, he ordered 38 Indians to be killed because his dad was killed by Indians, and so he had a very bad thing with Native Americans.
That's where, knowing your history comes into play.
Yes.
Dakota 38, that's what they called it. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, and thank you for finally answering the phone.
My bad.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Have a good one. Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Hey, I wanted to help out with some numbers and stuff for you, some actual real numbers.
Go for it.
Okay, if you want to do the dates first, I was going to say, if you look at the Chiefs when they played the Cardinals, right? That was week 1, and that was on 9/11, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you do that date for the Super Bowl, that's 154 days, and 154 is Georgia Bulldogs, who won the championship.
Nice. Okay, I see what you're saying.
And then if you look at Andy Reid's loss records, if you go to the...
Yeah, he has 154.
He had 154 losses.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so... And then there's a couple other things, because I've been decoding for years. I've been probably decoding longer than you. I've been probably doing this since, I don't know, before the Broncos, like a year before, like when I first got into gematria and stuff. So I know what you're talking about and all this stuff. If you look too, there's a lot of little things that you could see. Like if you look at the coach for the Eagles, Nick Sirianni or whatever, he's got the same birthday as Dusty Baker. And both of them lost the champion. Dusty Baker won the World Series, and this guy lost it. So they have like this relationship that they're doing with that. Plus, he's 41 years old, 41 the Super Bowl, and then there's a couple other things.
Yeah, and Andy Reid is 64. Like how the first time they won the Super Bowl, Joe Montana was turning 64.
Yeah, exactly. And if you notice something too, the Chiefs had 73 points scored in the Super Bowl. Now they actually won the Super Bowl with 73 total points. Because if you check the Chiefs, when they actually lost the Super Bowl to the Bucs, they had that was 73 points that they had scored in Super Bowls. So that's like the sacrifice number. So now this time they actually got it with the win. So I already was like hammering the Chiefs when they were tied for the next point to be a field goal, because 73 was the sacrifice number. So now instead of losing the Super Bowl to the Bucs, they actually won it this time with 73 total points. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It works like that. Like, even though you got it wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we all get stuff wrong. Your numbers were good. It was both ways. There's 613 total wins for the Eagles. Abraham Lincoln is 613. There's other ways to go too.
Look, see, that's how you double coded stuff. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's another one too. Like, all right, you know how you picked the Jaguars at first? Like, the Jaguars is a good pick too. But it could have gone another way. If you looked at the Jaguars' record, their total wins, they had 197 wins. They could have played the Cowboys and beat them in the Super Bowl. Because if you add 3 more wins, that's 200.
Yeah, but I'm also shocked. I'm also shocked that the NFC didn't pick up their 30th Super Bowl in the Slavery Bowl.
The slavery number, the 30.
Yeah, like it's like. Oh,
yeah,
I don't know,
you gotta really know what they're thinking. You gotta know what's inside their head. To like when Zach comes up with numbers like 30s and stuff like that, like you get the idea what the principles with. All right, they got a black quarterback, and now they're also saying that Jalen Hurts is his agent is black, and that's the first black agent to have a Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, that's why the number 11 scored the touchdown, A.J. Brown.
Yeah, exactly like that. But you could see little weird stuff like that. Even when you read the lines too, like when you watch, like, because I bet competitively and stuff. You looked at it, right? All right, the Eagles are winning at halftime by 10 points. All right, now you look at the live line. The Chiefs were like plus 6.5. So it's like they're gonna score more points. Mahomes looked like he had a broken ankle, and then all of a sudden they're only plus 6.5. It's like they look doomed. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you see stuff like that, it kind of gives you like a little tip off, like, oh, maybe something's going to happen. You don't know if they're going to win, but you know what I mean? You just feel like something's not right. And you know they're never wrong, so they know something we don't know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're doing good work, dude. Like I said, I know you are wrong on this time, but that's nothing to be ashamed about. You did the right numbers. They look good. You could have been right. You know what I mean? I thought I was right this time. I was this time, but I'm just saying this time you're going to be right. This time you're going to be wrong. But we're going to correct our mistakes. We're going to see different numbers. We're going to see different aspects of the game. And then if you catch the riddle the right way, you're going to get it the right way. Sometimes.
And I'm also thinking about, like, maybe this is synced up with Joe Biden losing, because they've had a lot. It's been like a green theme to last year and this year. And you
gotta realize too, they always connected to a president. Like look at the Chiefs, right? They're 64, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Biden is 64 also. So why wouldn't you have a 64 team there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they always connect the president to the championship too. And he has a lot of skull and bones numbers too, because he connects to them. I don't know if you do his birthday to the Super Bowl, I think you get a number like that, something like that. So it connects all the time. You're always going to use his birthday too. It always gives you a clue about stuff like that. That's why when I looked at that, I was like, this is going to be something like fucked up. You're going to see and it's always that or the Pope's birthday. You got to use always the Pope's birthday or the president.
Yeah, it was 57 days from the Pope's birthday to the game.
Yeah, and then Argentina won, and he's from Argentina, the Pope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was I think 57 days from his birthday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if you look at the Pope's birthday to the Super Bowl is 57 too. Yep. So, and I think John Madden's birthday was the other way. If you go backwards, to his next birthday, if he actually was alive, I think his birthday was 57 days too. So you could have got thrown off and thought it was going to be a Raider riddle or something like that, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? You just got to be careful, because there's always the multiple riddles. They're already getting too smart now. They're not going to give you one way. They're going to give you 3 or 4 different teams that can connect. Just like when you look at the symbolism, like when you watch the college football, right? What do they do when they show the 2023 season? They made the ball how it's a 0. They made the ball the football is a 0, but then they fade that one out, and then you always see the 2-2-3. You know what I mean? And then the Eagles are a 2-2-3 team. Philadelphia's 2-2-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're always giving you something, but you never know. You never got the right. And they're always double-coded, like you said, with the 22. They're never going to give it to you. When I looked at decoding years ago, it was so simple. Everything was one way. You know exactly who was going to win. Now they're doing all these things. They're making every game double coded. What they'll do too is if there's two teams in the schedule, if you look at the schedule, right, they'll put like the New York Giants is a big 33 team and make sure there's another 33 team after them. You know what I mean? Like you'll play like the Eagles will like say Jalen Hurts is going for his 33rd win, right? You know, it'll be the New York Giants are next on the schedule. Then you'll see the New York Jets right after that to screw with you. You know what I mean? So then you're like, is it going to be the Jets or is it going to be the Giants? You know what I mean? So you're always going to have that like, is it, which one is it? You know what I mean?
they know exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah, it's exactly like when I did it. Like I said, when I did the code 6-7 years ago, it was so simple. I used to just it was in my sleep. I was making.
There's certain sports that are simple because like they know that there's not a lot of people decoding them. Like I was looking into like
they don't have the fortitude, the brain power to do it. Like I've tried teaching people how to do this and make a team. I could never do it because nobody's smart enough to do it.
Yeah, you can't learn how to decode. I mean, you have to like have it. It's something that you have to just have it in you.
You gotta be good at math. You gotta be good at science. You gotta understand principles. Yeah. If you're not intelligent, you can't do this.
Yeah, pattern recognition, all that stuff. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, like when I see you doing, I could say, "Oh, he's intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He can put 2 and 2 together. He can make a reasonable idea." I try to teach people this, and they don't get the concept. They don't understand.
Yeah, you can't teach this stuff to people. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's too hard. I've tried making teams, and people I don't get it. And it's like, do you have the math skills? And you just see, and they're dumb and people dumb. Like the education skills are like so much lower. You just can't see people. Like you just tell people like, what's 20 times, like 200 times 10. They can't do it. They just say, oh, that's a big number. I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then probably when you watch interviews on TV and they're saying, how many states are they out there in the America? And they're just like 47. You're like, what? Like, what do you mean there's 47
yeah,
states?
you know what I hate? When I ask people how many states there are, they say 51. Or they'll say like 52. They think Alaska... They think Alaska and Hawaii are like not included in the 50. Like, that shit gets on my nerves.
Oh, what about when they add Puerto Rico?
They add Puerto Rico. They'll be like, it's 53. Like, oh my fucking gosh.
What the hell are you talking about? It's like, what the hell? It's crazy too. And then they're like, they can't even get how many stars are on a flag. They think how many stripes. They don't know nothing.
They don't know shit. They don't know shit about shit. Yep.
They don't know nothing about.
And that's why I went with the Lincoln Riddle. I thought it was because I was like, maybe the fact that State Farm and maybe the dumb people will put that together. Patrick Mahomes winning at the State Farm Stadium. So I'm like, maybe because I know for sure 90% of the people didn't know it was Abraham Lincoln's birthday today.
No, more than that. Like 99% of people didn't know that. You know what I mean? And then like look at his wins. Like, all right, what did Mahomes get? 75 wins today, right? Okay, 75 is Arizona Cardinals. This is the stadium of the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought of that. Mm-hmm. But if I try to teach somebody that, they're not going to get the concept. It's like, oh my god, like.
He became that 113, man. That big 113 number.
Oh, for the Eagles, yeah, 113 is the Eagles.
Yeah, it's just Eagles 113. It's just that simple. Sometimes it's just that simple. He became 11-3 in the postseason against the Eagles. The Eagles is 113.
Yeah, and it's the bullshit number 2. And they bullshit you, and they won again. Get it?
Yep.
That's how they do it every single time. But it's tough. Like I said, you can't. You gotta get the date right. You gotta get the story plot right. And remember, they're writing the story. You're trying to figure it out. And like I said, there was multiple ways. I saw like 4 different ones. I saw one for the Cowboys against the Jaguars. I saw one for the.
There was a lot of different narratives, man. This is why I get so upset when people be like they try to act like this stuff is easy and I had it, I knew it, blah blah blah. Get the fuck out of here.
It's difficult as hell.
This shit is fucking difficult.
It's hard as hell. If somebody says it's easy, you already know they're an idiot. They don't know how to decode. If they says it's easy, they don't know shit. I know they don't know shit.
There's no fucking way this shit is easy.
No. You can figure if you're in the, if you get lucky on your own and figure some stuff out. And maybe there's a game or two that's easy. But to say, all this stuff is easy, they're out of their fucking mind. They don't know what they're talking about.
And it's more than just predicting the winner, because anybody can do that. You can give a dog, you can ask a dog who's gonna win, and they'll probably get it right, because there's only 2 teams, right? But our job is to show what the ritual is, what their master plan is behind the game. That's what the goal is.
And the plot, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
How they're doing it, how they're mixing it, how they're
That's the work. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is understanding what they're thinking and how they're doing it and putting it all together and saying, see, this is what they're thinking. This is what they're going to do. Just like when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl for the Bucks, it was like, all right.
It was a big Satan ritual. It's synced up with Satan, the GOAT.
But it was also synced up with coronavirus because, all right, he ended up being what, 15-5, 155 is coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Bang. That was the first time. And then on top of it, too, they make their rings, their Super Bowl rings, what? The stadium. Tom Brady wins, he gets a ring, it's a stadium. For the first time, he has home field advantage for the first time. But nobody can go to the game because what? They have coronavirus. And then he becomes 15-5 with the Bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nobody knows that. And you just... They have, like I said, they have their own agenda. They know what they're planning. They know what they're going to do. And it's like, it's up to us to figure it out. And then if we do, we can make a lot of money and we can figure out what they're doing and kind of stay ahead of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's all it's about. But, you know what I'm saying? Just keep up the good work. Don't even listen to the bullshit.
No, I don't listen. I got 5 years experience. I don't listen to nobody. This shit is... I know how this shit works. And then if the Eagles would have won today, I would have had the same amount of tips that I got right now, 0. So, because when I give out correct stuff, people don't appreciate that. So
that's why I tell people all the time. People want me to do these videos and stuff. I don't want to have the time for the headache for that. I want to make money and just get ahead in life. So I do that in the quiet. I just wanted to let you know, you're doing all right. Everything you're doing it's on point. It's just this time it was the narrative. You didn't get it exactly right. And that's going to happen. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. And that's it. You just got to keep going and keep getting stronger. And then hopefully, you find the whole pattern, what they're trying to do. And then you can cash in on it. And that's it. That's all you can do. So, like I said, you're doing a good job. Just keep it up and don't worry about the bullshit. But that's all I want to tell you. And show you some real numbers and not like, the Chiefs are going to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what people do. The Chiefs are going to win, but you ask them why. They're like, oh, because the money.
Before the whole thing, I want to show you real numbers that make sense that I was using to pick the Chiefs as the winner. The Bulldogs won 9-11. They love 9-11. That's one of their favorite numbers. So 9-11 to the Super Bowl, 154 days. Andy Reid stays on 154 losses. Georgia Bulldogs won. They won 154. And that's why they won. In my opinion, that's why they won. I'm just saying, okay?
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Take it easy. Good luck, okay?
Yeah, it looks like they're shaming Philadelphia, man. That's what it looked like. Oh, okay. I see what he was doing. Oh, yeah. He had the Jesus coat on. Oh, my gosh. Yep. Y'all can take another call if anybody wants to call in. The last call of the night. Damn, we've been streaming over almost 3 hours. Oh, man. Kicking myself, man. They burned me with the fucking 269, yo. The guy with the bad ankle. The flu game. The ankle game. Call it the ankle game. Pacheco with 15 carries, 76 yards. Hello?
Hey, going on, man?
What's going on? Thank you for the call.
No problem, man. I just wanted to say that did you notice during the halftime show that Rihanna's wearing the red and her dancers were wearing white? I thought that was kind of obvious. That
Yeah, exactly. The Chiefs colors.
Yeah. I was watching, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? They're going to give it to the Chiefs, man.
And she's pregnant again, supposedly.
Oh, really? Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for all what you do for this community, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Anything else, my brother?
No, I think I'm good, man.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Finding some love, man. You know, you get both in this community. You get love, you get hate. Not a hate, but y'all people who appreciate it. Call this person back.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you still live?
Yeah. Let me just let me get this. Hold on. Hold on. Because this person from California keeps calling. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
You still live?
Yes.
Alright. I ain't here to slander you or none of that. Said me and you we was real good peoples. I might have came off a little arrogant. Apologize. This is your platform. I ain't trying to do all that. But I was just trying to give out the knowledge on why I had the Chiefs. The whole me speaking of money line stuff, that is nobody gonna understand that. So I can understand you when you said kind of speak what people can understand. But I'll give you all another tip that I saw, which was on Saturday with the college basketball games. We had Jalen Hurts' school, Oklahoma, playing against Kansas. Now Kansas became 20-5, just like Jalen Hurts is on 25 wins as a starter, and he gave Oklahoma their 13th loss, just like Jalen Hurts got his 13th loss today. So I saw that also, but now I saw Patrick Mahomes' team play, and I didn't want him to win. There was two things I didn't want to see happen. Patrick Mahomes' team won and became 10-4 at home, and I didn't want to see that 104. But they also upset Kansas State and made them 7-5 in the conference, and I knew that Patrick Mahomes was going for 75 tonight. So these are the type of things I look for towards big games. And the astrology is what really helps me because it kind of points out to who's going to win. Like I give an example. When the Chiefs played against the Bengals, the moon was in the first quarter. First quarter equals 172-64. And that was one of the things that I was like, yeah, they're going to win. And I knew that Burrow was going to pick up that 19th loss because the moon was in Taurus. And Taurus equals 19. So those are a couple of things I look at. But back to October, I started off the stream saying that I gave credit to you for the Jalen Hurts thing because you're the one who put me on the. I think I was the first one. I was one of the first one you told. But I also added to the Andy Reid thing, and I also did say to you, the Phillies are going to be a lock to go into the World Series because the Dodgers are going to get knocked out. 2 days later, the Dodgers got knocked out. Phillies in the World Series. And I also told you this is going to be a recurring thing for Philadelphia. You're going to start seeing Andy Reid playing against his old team, and you're going to end up seeing Doc Rivers playing against his old team in the finals. I said this to you back in October. And I don't know if you remember that or not, but the link I posted in chat is the link when I called on the show back in October. And I said all of this, and I started off by saying, shout out to Simple Truth. I got this from Arthur.
It's not about that. I don't really care about credit. It doesn't matter. That's why we're trying to get past that. We're trying to build a community. I don't care about who said it first or who said it last. None of that matters. We have to work together. We have to be one, not me versus you or you versus me. None of that matters.
Arthur, you know Come on. You know how me and you we do. We share knowledge. So you don't gotta act like I'm like that. You know how we do. We just had a fall off. But sharing knowledge with you for the past 2 years. So you know how I really am. I just had to go like that after you was telling me it's not all about the numbers
It's not.
Now, and I was trying to get to you why I had everything. I was going to get to you about the A.J. Brown, the sign of the bill of slavery. We got an A.J. Brown that plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. I looked at all that stuff, but I didn't get a chance to get into all that. And I haven't been able to share knowledge with everybody because I haven't been here. So I do look like a snake. I'm coming on your show after the Chiefs won.
Yeah, but I made 4 live streams before this one. You never showed up.
I know, but Arthur, before this, we talk every day. We don't talk.
But we haven't talked. We haven't talked anyway. But you still called in today.
I called in today because
to brag.
No, I did.
All right,
I had to.
that's what I'm saying. We need to get rid of that. I know nobody cares about the bragging after the fact.
On the personal level, how often do you even come at everybody when you got something right and they get it wrong?
Because you don't see the 70 comments that I got. People attacking me. You don't get 70 comments. It's 70 comments attacking me, people, and that's why when I come on live, those are the people who I'm addressing.
But you know I didn't attack you when I came on, right? I was just giving out the knowledge of why I picked them. I didn't attack you.
That's fine. It doesn't matter because the thing is the Super Bowl is just one game. Tomorrow, somebody else is gonna play, and I'm probably gonna get it right or I'm probably gonna get it wrong. But I'm gonna do the best I can to get it right and expose how this stuff is all a big fucking joke. That's the real goal about this shit. There's thousands of
shit. It's a super big joke.
There's thousands of sheep. There's thousands of sheep that betted on the Kansas City Chiefs. So do I care that they got the Chiefs right? Like, I don't care. That's not the point. All the Chiefs fans got the Chiefs right. They all betted on the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure everybody in Kansas City betted on the Chiefs to win today. That's not the point of this stuff.
But Arthur, like I said, if I was around, you'd have been. It's so much mockery's been going on. Do you realize that the new governor of Philadelphia is he just came from Kansas City? He's been the governor, for 24 days.
Yes, I know all that stuff. I know all that stuff. I saw all that stuff. I'm just saying, when you have all that information and you're trying to determine where they're gonna go with it, that's what becomes difficult. I had 3 great callers 2 weeks ago when I did a live stream. I had 3 great callers. There was a caller that told us about Geronimo and how he was synced up with the Super Bowl. And I ignored that. I don't know why, but that was a great find. He also told me about Tom Landry, who passed away on February 12th of last year, and how Andy Reid was trying to surpass him on wins. And his birthday is September 11th, the day that the season began. So I had a lot of great riddles, but I still had to choose which one made the most sense. And then the 269 with Andy Reid. That was killing me. Go back. You probably didn't even see that last live stream that we did 2 weeks ago. Because if you did, you wouldn't be talking the way you're talking about right now. I had the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. The reason I changed it is because of the.
I did see that. You did. I remember you was like, I think it's going to be the Chiefs.
Because the reason I changed it is because of the overload of information that was coming in those 2 weeks. It was an overload of information. People calling me, sending me stuff, and I had no choice but to make more live streams and say, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna be the Chiefs anymore because of all the stuff that people are sending me, and I appreciate that from everybody. I'm not mad. I just, when you have all the information, you still gotta make a decision. I don't do what the other guy does, where he puts out 2 narratives and then he lets you choose, and then when the game is over, he says like, we got it right.
Hey, I did call his show, and I guaranteed the Chiefs was going to win. I guaranteed the Chiefs was going to win. And I guaranteed it was going to be the Eagles and Chiefs. I did that. I think the second round of the playoffs. I guarantee that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that here. So if you want somebody to be always right, you gotta go over there. You know.
Yeah.
We preach transparency here.
But
we get enough dishonesty from the mainstream.
Now, Arthur, I just want to ask you this here. What made you go away from the Kobe connection for Mahomes?
Well, the fact that it was a lot of other things. The fact that he could have became 104 against the head coach that had the 104 name. And 104 connects to slavery. About abolition of slavery equals 104.
All right, Arthur. Another thing I'm gonna put you on to. If you put Sunday, February 12th, like spell it 12th, in the calculator, it's a 113. Like
I get the 113. That's also the 30th prime, and slavery is 30. I get it. But we have to choose.
Becoming 11-3.
He became 11-3 against the Eagles. Eagles is 113. It doesn't get simpler than that.
No. He became 11-3 all time in the playoffs.
That's what I mean. He became 11-3 in the postseason against the team with the 113 connection.
Right.
I saw all of that. I wrote it in my notes. I wrote all of that stuff is written down. I still had to make a decision. Because I don't give out two narratives. I have to make a decision. What are they gonna go with? What makes more sense?
What about you going
Lincoln Financial Field equals 103. To me, that would have made more sense for them to win to close out the 103rd NFL season with a victory.
Right. Well, I mean, you see that they've been shaming all the Philly teams in the championship. They've been losing.
Well, that's another thing we spoke about. I said, you know what? They might just have all the Philadelphia teams lose, like how they might have the 76ers lose this year.
Right.
Yeah, that is something we spoke about. But when the NBA Finals comes around, I still got to look at it because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be numbers in favor of the Sixers. Doc Rivers is 61 years old right now.
Arthur, remember this too. Miami did score the 111 on the post birthday this season, and Dallas and Miami love playing against each other in the finals for some reason. I'm not picking them, but I just wanted to point that out.
Did you realize that the Eagles started the season 13-1?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the 131. Yeah, and did you realize that if Jalen Hurts would have won today, he would have been 10-1 at home.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. So with your experience, see, now you're being honest. Now you're being more honest and not arrogant like you was earlier. With your experience, right? With your experience of the numbers, what are you gonna go with? How strong is that 101 in Philadelphia?
Well, bro, you know how I am, Arthur.
No, but I'm saying with your experience, with the experience that you have doing this work. When you see a 101 in Philadelphia, don't you just love that? Don't you love that? Don't you feel safe about that?
No, I love it. Yeah, I do. It was 101 and 2 connection. He could have picked up 26, and he became 10.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's what I'm saying. The people who know, that's why I get mad at you because I'm like, you know how to do this stuff, and you still want to make it seem like this stuff is easy. This stuff is not easy, man. You know, certain numbers we love. We love the 101 in Philly. We love that 33 in New York. We love those numbers.
How many times have we stayed on the phone for 2 hours going back and forth because of shit being so tight?
All right, but that's what you need to say when you call in. Don't be arrogant and be like, oh, I told you it was the Chiefs. Be transparent. Be like, you know what? This was a tough call. And that's it. Be honest.
When you hear me on the live, you're going to hear I didn't say that. I didn't say
no, you said, well, if you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You guys were paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Paying attention. You think I wasn't paying attention when I did like 4 live streams and they're multiple hours long? You think I wasn't paying attention?
No, I was talking about the 503. It was the 503rd all-time road game. That's a $503 million contract he signed. And think about it. He does that against the team. He picks up that second Super Bowl against the team that equals the state that equals 53 in Pennsylvania. And I believe Pennsylvania also has a 64 in there, just like how Andy Reid is 64, and he dropped him to 4-6, while President Biden is 4-6. I mean, the 46th president. So I put all that together, and you know how I am, Arthur. I can see you. I'll tell everybody I got this wrong. I was on the Phillies. I wasn't on the Astros. Even that's the last time we talked. Even though when you said the takeoff should happen, my ass was still on the Phillies. Got that wrong.
Yeah, but that was a little too. That was an easier riddle because it was 666 games after the Astro World album came out. You see, that's what I mean about certain numbers. Like when we see a 666 that can play, we're not gonna hesitate on that.
Well, you know what really put it away was when you was talking about the Astro World
festival tragedy was on the anniversary.
That's when it was like I was like, yeah, I'm wrong, but I ate it. But I also did tell you, watch out for Super Bowl numbers during the first game of the World Series, and the Sixers scored 112 points. So it was all connecting. Like, yeah, the Phillies are gonna be there. We was on that. I just added to the Andy Reid Bowl thing because I actually had the Chiefs and the Packers playing in the Super Bowl to start the season. But you remember you kept on telling me, "Oh no, Aaron Rodgers, no, don't. He's gonna have you waste money," because I was talking about that 103.
Okay, let me address Jim Frazier on the chat because he says, "I'm just here because Zach called him out for being wrong again." Zach didn't make a pick. Zach said that he gave out 2 narratives. He said, "Pick your poison." I read his notes.
Zach was mainly on the Eagles.
He was mainly on the Eagles. This person right here that's on the phone is a Patreon of Zach's, and he had the Eagles. You're hearing it from his. That's what I'm saying. You guys like dishonesty. You don't like somebody that'll say, "I was wrong. I had the Eagles." You like somebody that'll be like, "I had both teams." Somebody that'll say that'll give out both narratives, and then when the game is over, say, "Well, you knew it, Patrick Mahomes. We knew it. He said, "Pick your poison." That's what he wrote on his notes. He said, "Pick your poison." Really? That's your advice to your Patreons? Pick your poison? I can't believe these people. Like, these people, like that's what I'm saying. Like, this community is full of fucking like dummies. I swear to my mother, these are the dumbest people on earth. Look at it. These are his notes. His Patreon notes. Look at them. I'm gonna read it for you for yourself. Look, he's calling me out for being wrong. Really? He didn't even make a pick.
Real quick, I want you.
Look what it says here. Look. Oh, he erased where it says "pick your poison," huh?
I want you to look into this, Arthur.
Wait. I want to find where he wrote "pick your poison." He must have deleted that. Oh yeah, he must have deleted that. Yeah, he wrote "pick your poison" earlier. Now he deleted it. Smart. Yeah, he deleted it. He wrote "pick your poison" earlier.
Hey, Arthur, I want you to look into.
Yeah, he did some he made some changes to this. He wrote "pick your poison" and then he changed it. You saw it, right, bro?
Hey, man.
No, just be honest. Did you see that when he wrote that?
I think so.
All right. That's it. That's what I wanted to know. Just confirm it. He wrote "pick your poison," so he didn't know. All right.
Hey,
fucking cornballs.
Hold up, man. I'm on the clock.
Yeah, Jim Frazier, you gotta get off his dick. You gotta stop sucking his dick, Jim Frazier.
So Arthur, another future I want you to look into. Look into the Raiders and the Eagles for Super Bowl 58, and look into Brett Selleck being the next sacrifice for the Philadelphia Eagles, who won.
We'll talk about that later because I gotta get off the stream. It's already 1:15. I gotta do something in the morning.
All right, I gotta get back on the clock anyway.
All right, brother. The thing is, this is Jim Frazier. This is what I was saying earlier. I don't want to. I'm not in competition, Frazier. The thing is, you guys want this competition to go on, right? I have a different mission. I don't care about the fucking Eagles. I don't care about the Chiefs. The reason I did those live streams is to help people out, and that's it. Go watch the fucking live stream that I did 2 weeks ago when I clearly say, go watch the live. All right, I'm gonna play it again because these fucking people don't fucking get it. These fucking people don't fucking get it. You talking about private? Hello? Yeah, exactly. Calling trolling. You talking about private videos that nobody has access to? Oh, he said it on his live stream. Like, show us. In this video, we spoke about the Eagles possibly winning, and also we spoke about how the Chiefs can possibly win. Towards the end of the video, I even said it. I said, you know what? That's my pick. I like the Eagles. I like the Chiefs. Look. 3 great connections. Three great.
Yeah, I have so many notes. It's crazy. I ain't prepared. But
I'm honest with
and
this for that. That's why I used to just ignore it, but I do see the symbolism. I mean, look at just how they got the Travis. He's the only guy with a foot on his 100. Yep. Yeah, so please hit the like button in this video. Pathetic, yo. Final thought. If you want to take the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs have the best narrative. I know in the beginning of the video I was preaching this Eagle stuff, but no way. And J. Ross 1988, he gave you guys a prop bet. Patrick Mahomes to throw it in. Like this stuff is hard. You know what I'm saying? I was bouncing back and forth. I liked the Chiefs, but then I'm like, nah. I like the Eagles. They both have a fucking narrative. You see, I'm fucking transparent. I make a pick. I don't say pick your poison and then erase it. All right, pick your poison. What kind of sporting advice is that? So Jim Frazier, suck a dick. All right, loser. Pick your poison. It was hard. It was hard. It was fucking hard. It was fucking hard. That's why I did all those live streams. People called in. And they gave me their thoughts. A lot of great comments, you know. If you notice all the comments that I liked, you know, Geronimo was born in what is today Arizona. You see, that's what that whole video was about. It was a lot of callers that called in with a lot of great information. He gave the Jaguars the 269th loss. You see, it's a lot of great information. Yeah, you see, it's similar to last year. Joseph Lebo 213 and they lost. Jaden Alexander Herzig 220 and they lost. Sorry, Eagle fans, and I liked it. Because I really thought they was gonna do that at one point. But again, the overload of information that came in made me change my pick. And see, that's what you guys need to realize, right? That's what a person that wants to divide the community would do. He will call me out and say I was wrong. Has he ever made a video saying Arthur was right? Shout out to Arthur. That's what I'm saying. That's what you guys support. You guys support negativity. You guys support evilness. I will never call somebody out who's trying to expose the cabal, whether they're right or wrong. I'm on that person's team. That's how I look at it. You don't look at it like that. You look at it like, oh, you're wrong and I was right. Ugh. So fucking what? Now what do we do now? How do we move forward now? I was wrong. Now what? Hello?
Hey, Arthur, bro.
What's going on?
I don't want it to repeat and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw you were going on your rant and stuff like that, but I just wanted to mention one thing about the gematria with the game. I thought that it might hit the 42. I thought they were gonna do, because it could have went.
That's what I'm saying. There was so many things that I like. How the hell they don't put a the Eagles? I mean, the Chiefs did miss a 42-yard field goal, so that's the 42. That's the only 42 I saw.
Right. And I also wanted to get your opinion on this. This is just a theory of mine, but with all the different outcomes, I've just been watching your live the whole time. There's so many different numbers that associate with it, and it gets really deep with certain shit. It makes me wonder, like I said, this is just a theory, but what if there's an AI running this world, I'm gonna give you three different options, like an AI running this world, or maybe how they say the Matrix is coded, and there's a code or something with these numbers.
It's all a possibility. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just so many things, with these numbers and shit. How are they figuring out how to do these rituals? These magical rituals that they do. Are they connecting to something higher? Are they? It's just like I said. It just makes my brain go, what are they doing?
Well, that's what this community should be focused on instead of competing against one another. We should be trying to figure out exactly what the hell are they really up to. Because I think that's the more.
Okay, you remember how you said it was tied into the Bible?
Yes, it is.
So with it being tied into the Bible, maybe you got to study the Bible a little bit more, and maybe it is, you just meet, because I grew up in the church and stuff. Maybe it is these people communicating with these evil entities. and being given certain knowledge, you know, for them to do this type of stuff. You know, just throwing that out there.
Well, I appreciate that.
But yeah, man, keep doing your thing. Oh yeah, by the way, I know you've seen my name before. This is J Cook Sushi off of Instagram. You know.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I definitely know who that is.
Yeah, so yeah, I just want to say I appreciate everything you do, bro. You know, keep working hard, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just keep trying to fight, you know, trying to expose these, you know,
yeah,
wicked
but the
people.
thing is, we fight in 3 battles. You know, we fight in the sheep, we fight in the cabal, and we fight in the other gematria people who are jealous of us. It's like, this shit is weird. Like, it's like you're literally at war with almost everybody. You don't know who's on your side. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and you know, all you can do is just, you know, stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you have, like you said earlier, you know, this is a gift that you were given. You know, like I've tried the gematria stuff before, but you know, and I'm a very intelligent dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a deep thinker, but I noticed, you know, with y'all people who do this gematria, and even the woman that called, the 2 women that called in earlier, I was like, man, this is a gift. The connections y'all make and all that stuff. You know,
Yeah,
not
I
everybody
agree.
can do it.
I agree.
So yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say, man. You know, I know it's getting late, you know, over there in New York. I'm over here in Texas, you know, so I know it's getting late. So I'm gonna let you go.
All right, bro.
All right, have a
Hello?
Yo, Arthur, what's up, man?
What's going on, my brother?
I think I'm not worried about the whole B thing. This is all dealing with ego right now. But I think the community was on the right track with the Lincoln, and I know why people got caught up with the Lincoln riddle, but I think people missed the main storyline. And not to drag this out, but the NFL is just based off of football. Is just based off of, it's like a war game, right? It's like based off of war. It's like chess pieces. You have coordinators, right? And what I discovered looking at Lincoln is Lincoln has a long history dealing with Native Americans. Actually,
I know that's what the woman called in and said and
yeah.
spoke about.
She's talking about the largest execution in history, right?
Yeah.
And he killed 38 Dakota
Yeah,
Indians.
that was really the riddle. I was just on the wrong. That was the riddle. That was the riddle, yeah.
Entire riddle right there. And Minnesota had the game of the year. Remember earlier this year they had a game of the year against the Buffalo Bills, which is another Native American reference. Buffalo Bill was a guy who was killed, you know, who was known for, you know, the war with the Indians. So
yeah, that's why they had 38 points at the half, and then they won the game with 38 points.
And then they were both 16-3, 163 to 38 prime, and Lincoln was the 16th president. So I mean, like, for anybody that's like didn't hit this year, I mean, like, they had so many.
How you supposed to figure that out, like, before the game? Like, you know how deep your knowledge of history has to be for you to figure that out?
But that's the thing about the NFL, because it makes the most sense, because what they did, like, I don't know if you saw the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe back in the day with the Coliseum games. What they would do was they would literally reenact famous battles in the Coliseum. They would have, like, people that would act like this general and that general, and they would reenact the deaths and the murders in the actual Coliseum. I think that's what you're watching with the NFL, is a lot of these games are just reenactments of battles. And I don't think that a lot of the players know. I think you only need some, like the quarterback. And I think that the coordinators, right? You have coordinators who are watching above, or you literally using these dudes like chess pieces to reenact these battles. I mean, it just makes the most sense, because after the game, when I saw that, and I was like, they finished with 38, and then, you know, when LeBron James scored 38 in OKC, which is another Indian territory, right? Oklahoma. That whole thing, that whole Midwest is all Indian territory. And if you don't know the history of these battles prior to these big NFL games, I think you're missing a big chunk of what's going on, because so much of us are caught up in and even the assassination of Abe Shinzo. I think that was an allusion to Abraham Lincoln in a way, you know what I'm saying? And I think that this year, the riddle that they pulled off, it was genius. It really was, like,
yeah. That's what's so impressive about this stuff. Sometimes it's easier to see, but this year it was a little difficult to see, because we need to really go back and go into the history books if you want to figure this shit out.
You have to, because I mean they're going into battles that are like obscure battles, like things you wouldn't think of. Like,
yeah, that's why I was looking into the Battle of Antietam. I thought it was. I was looking. I was digging. I didn't dig deep enough. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and so I mean, like, to me, like, I think that's why I think that I always said this. I was saying this. I don't think it may have been Rambo. I don't know. You know Rambo. It may have been Rambo. I was telling Rambo, like, that's why I think the aspect of the gambling is so. It's a blessing and a curse to the community, because, you know, you get something wrong or someone loses money, and then it becomes like people get sidetracked. You know what I'm saying? When in actuality, like, these games, right? They're supposed to be edifying you. It's like almost they're taking you on a trail of enlightenment for you to enlighten yourselves to know things.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying the same thing. Like, that's what I like about it, because it makes me go back into history and learn exactly what.
And you learn things about Abraham. Like, it's a way of like almost. And Abraham Lincoln's father was killed.
It depends, because sometimes, like, I don't think that's really what their motive is, because like they don't teach us this stuff. we this community learned this shit on our own, basically. So
yeah, but they don't teach you, but they teach you in a way that is because you have to understand they all those, what I feel like is, this is my perspective, all those past events, they put on those events, and they did it numerically. Like, even that Indian execution of 38 Indians in Minnesota, 38, and then they had they had 39 at first, but they let one guy go because he was white or whatever. 30 Indians and 39 and 33. Like, all of it was numerically based. So it's kind of like they're going back into their history books and almost bringing it back to the forefront, almost to like they're putting it in your face, but only the people who are enlightened can see it. But it's still edifying people in a way. Like, it's almost like it's like an inside joke, right? But one thing I did notice, though, is that a lot of the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, a lot of those people that run with the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, they were there at that game. And, you know, all the Philadelphia teams have been in championships, even the soccer team, and they all lost. So, you know, that could be some kind of predictive programming as well. But, you know,
yeah,
that's all I want.
The thing is, I saw that, but I didn't want to go with that because they still let the Warriors win. And the Warriors are from Philly, so.
Oh, that's true too. That's true. And the Warriors are originally from Philly. That's true. That's a good point. But that was last year. I mean, this year, wouldn't it be like that? Could have been a hint too that the Warriors were Philly and won. But yeah, I mean, maybe last year you go Philly back to back, right? Like,
yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, Philly back to back. So, you know, like, it makes a lot of sense. Joel Embiid, you know, and usually NBA players they start to make their appearance in the NBA Finals around year 5, 6, 7. You always see them, like, they don't win it necessarily, but they're stars. They usually get them in the finals around year 5, and it's about time for Joel Embiid to make at least a finals appearance. So, you know, whatever, we'll see. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say, brother. Keep your head up, man. Ain't a big deal. It's not that serious.
Thanks a lot, my brother.
And if you're scared to lose, stop gambling, y'all. Damn, if you're scared to lose, stop gambling.
Appreciate it, my brother.
No doubt.
I noticed that, you know, another cocksucker just joined the live stream, Frank the Truth Tank. I want you to listen to this, Frank. Your name fits you too, Frank.
Play a lot with them. I've been burnt a lot, you know, with the number 32 of the day. I always try to, when I'm decoding a game, because I'm doing 13. I was
The commercial break of all.
This is what you gotta understand, Frank. The person that you watches me. Think about that for a second. The person that you watches me. He watches all of my stuff. That's how he knows who I have. He tunes in to all of my live streams. He doesn't do any research. He just copies my shit.
In the postseason, you just told us that so far. See, black quarter. And we got
championships correctly. Even if the punk get out to this Super Bowl is all about. Okay. Spoke about Len Dawson there. You talk about somebody else called the 269. Like you definitely don't watch my stuff.
Birthday. I thought that we already discussed a causes a tribute. So you know what? I think it would make a lot of sense for Andy Reid to play his own team, the Philadelphia Eagles, in the Super Bowl, and have the two black quarterbacks face each other, Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes. I said that would be the perfect script, and I was right about that. And you know, once we get to the postseason, I said, you know what? Maybe it's not going to be because we're used to. But I was still stressed. So this was one of the things that really I was right. I was so like.
Keep in mind, Frank, this was 2 weeks ago that I did this video. 2 weeks ago. All right?
I was like, oh, wait, no way the Chiefs lose. So if you guys know, it's Travis Kelce. I think I said Kels, or whatever his name is. Kels. He's born October 5th. And it's his 131st day of his age. And we know that to be the championship number. That's also a 32nd prime number. And the Chiefs could improve to 3-2 in Super Bowls. Right now they're 2-2. They can also fall to 2-3 in the year 23. And we've seen the number 23 show up a lot in sports this year. So it's not guaranteed that the Chiefs are going to become 3-2. And it's not guaranteed that they'll become 2-3. But we have to look at everything and then make a decision at the end. NFL has Gematria 32. Kansas City also has Gematria 32, and so does Chiefs. There's a big number with the Chiefs, but I don't really see it. I remember the face sometimes for game for Virgil. Well, the Chiefs, the Chiefs, for Gematria so well. So that's what I saw with Travis Kelce. I was like, man, the Super Bowl's on his 131st of his age. That's the championship number. This is Lock City. But then I said, you know what? I think they're trying to trick us with this one. Because of this. And that's what I was talking about. Andy Reid, he has 268 career wins. That's including his playoffs. One more gets him to 269. That's the 57th prime number.
You see that, you cocksucker? And not only that, let me show you something else, Frank. I know you like to put Franks in your mouth. I know you said when you come to New York, you're going to beat me up. I can't wait for that to happen. All right, big guy? Let me show you a video from October. I told you to call me. You never called me like a little bitch. You want to write comments. You want to write comments in the comment section. Write words and shit. Call me like a fucking man. The fuck you scared of? Ain't you a big guy? Tough guy? Let me show you a video from October. October. It was October, what, 5 months ago? It should be around here somewhere. Look at this video. Look at this video, Frank. This was 3 months ago. October 15th, 2022. Listen carefully, cocksucker.
Exception, because when he's promoting a team, that should be an automatic red flag. Isn't that the same thing they did with the Gonzaga Bulldogs? The Bulls. How perfect would it be for him to face Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl? And then he could play his 4-2-12. And then I looked at that franchise, I said, oh shit, Andy Reid was the head coach of that team. So, I know a lot of you like the Bills. But,
yeah, you know who liked the Bills, right? Cocksucker Frank. Remember who had the Bills winning the Super Bowl, Frank? Don't forget.
Don't overlook the Kansas City Chiefs. Because if my estimations are correct, and Jalen Hurts does play in 2-12, how perfect would it be for him to face Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl? And Andy Reid could play his former team on the 43rd day of the year. The former Philadelphia head coach. So, don't if you're betting on the futures, don't fall too much in love with the Jalen Hurts, not Jalen Hurts, with the Buffalo Bills deception. Because when the mainstream,
remember who had the Bills, right? Remember who traveled to Buffalo and told everybody that the Bills was going to win the Super Bowl. Let's not forget. Let's not catch amnesia. All right? Okay, Frank? Let's not forget who had the Bills winning the Super Bowl. I put that video out on October 15th showing people why the Eagles is gonna play the Kansas City Chiefs. How about that, Frank? How about that, Frank? Ain't that some shit? How did I know that? I think the Bills are gonna win because the top shooting. And the mayor is 57. Let's forget about that. Right? Let's forget all about that shit. None of that shit really happened. The Super Bowl is all the money in the bank, an ATM. Okay, Frank, you gotta take that Frank out of your mouth, Frank. You got a big Frank in your mouth. You lost money on the Bills, Frank. Be honest. You lost money on the Bills. Okay? It's unfortunate. Good night. Have a good one. Thank you for all the people who called in. Thank you for all the people who joined us. Thank you to all the people who hit the like button. Thank you for the person that sent the super chat. Thank you for Frank for joining us. You definitely made my night. Again, we've called a lot of stuff right, and we also called a lot of stuff wrong. I'm gonna be wrong in the future, and I'm gonna be right in the future. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna act like I'm right when I was actually wrong. See, I don't have any fraud DNA in me. Okay. I have video footage, video evidence of everything that I say and claim. If I made a prediction, I'll show you guys the video evidence of that. All right. I'm not crying, Frank. I'm not crying. I just want to wake you guys up because you guys are on the wrong side of history. You guys are supporting frauds and scammers. All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter win or lose. We know these people are rigging the games. They're scripting the games. These two people are frauds. And we know what they're doing. They're murdering players just to win a rigged championship. I did have the Jaguars, Frank. You're right. I did have the Jaguars. Which means you're paying very close attention to me. Right, Frank? You watch all my stuff, Frank. You're a fan. So I appreciate you too. Thank you. This community will never become what it's supposed to become until people like that are executed. And I don't mean killing you. I don't want. When I mean execute you, I mean we gotta get rid of you. We gotta execute you from this community. We gotta execute is not the right word. Exclude you. Excuse me. We need to exclude people like you. Execute is it's not what I meant. We need to exclude people like you. Kansas City Chiefs champions. Yeah, but that's not what happened at the top shooting. That's not what the people said after going to the people that traveled to Buffalo. They didn't really say that. They was saying something about the top shooting being synced up with the Buffalo Bills. Come on, Frank. I don't make threats over the internet, Frank. I used the wrong word. I meant exclude, not execute. My bad. If I was, I'm telling you, if you really have a problem with me, Frank, my number's on the screen. You can call me and I will meet you up. I'll meet up with you privately, Frank. I don't really think you're tough at all. And you say you're gonna come out of here September 11th. I want to meet you. I don't want to meet you in front of cops though. Like, don't say let's meet up in Times Square because there's a lot of police over there. Let's meet somewhere private, just me and you, and then we can have a conversation, just me and you. You have my phone number. I guarantee you won't call me. I'll put that on everything. You won't call me because you're not really like that, Frank. You're just a fake tough guy. All right. He won't call me. He's not gonna call me. Come on. All right, but you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I appreciate everybody. Shout out to all the decent people in this community, all the scumbags like Frank. We need to exclude people like Frank out of the community. That's when we can actually make a difference. Until then, ain't nothing gonna change. All right, Frank, and that name really fits you. Frank is a clown, man. Frank is a clown. Yeah, he said pick yo sports Gematria. You gonna like this one. So Zach put out his conclusion, right? And you know what he wrote? He wrote pick he said pick your poison. That was the advice that he gave his supporters. He said pick your poison. I couldn't believe that shit. Pick your poison? Like you really like Sports Jamacho, you really fucking with his head. Like you really got to him. He doesn't even make a pick anymore. He says pick your poison now. He's feeding people poison. Frank, did you take some of that poison? I'm pretty sure you did. Wow, pick your poison. Wow. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Peace.